I can't believe that's the closest one. Yeah.
They'll open one up. Oh, here's Sarah. So
We are live.
we're live.
Yeah.
We're talking about spaghetti factories
Awful.
and how there needs to be more of them. Specifically, old spaghetti factories.
Yeah.
And specifically near you.
Yes. Yeah. So if anyone's looking to become,
Franchise owner.
yeah, like, hit us up.
Oh, do you have the connections?
No, but I do have a location. At least in this vicinity. So, yeah. All right. Well, we're live, Sarah. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
I pressed the button and then I realized, oh, I haven't told anybody that we are potentially going live right now.
Well, I'll stop.
We're live.
I'll stop talking crap about
Spaghetti
everybody.
factory.
Spaghetti Factory.
Stop
What was
admitting to our crimes now.
the update on Saber? Was I hearing he's still out of town?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so he was
Yeah.
originally gonna be away this past weekend. But so he's doing, I don't know how, it's probably not secretive. He's doing the Jehovah's Witness thing with the Caleb and Sophia video.
And he's been kidnapped.
Well, not yet. That's my concern.
Oh,
But he went to New York to go see if he could go visit the temple, so they call it, which is where the Jehovah's Witnesses are headquartered. And he was gonna go this past weekend, but they are not open on weekends.
oh,
So he found that out. Fortunately, he found that out right before he went.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have been there, and it would have been very disappointing. So he left early this morning, and then he's gonna see what he can learn.
Yeah.
And he's interviewing somebody. So
oh boy.
yeah.
Well, that's fun. Yeah. I'm home.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, we all have it figured out.
Oh yeah.
Saber's lost. It's funny because I know he was out there, and
I think
DB was
DB's
also out
in
there.
Yeah, they missed each other by a day because they were going to be there at the same time initially with the weekend overlap, but Matt left yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, I gotta get out of town.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Saberspark's going to be here. I got the hell out of here.
One of them furries.
Yeah. But,
I am looking for. I'll be right
One
back.
of them furries. What?
Furries.
well, where you going, babe?
I'm just pressing a button.
You
And
need
I'm
to
back.
Turn on the fan. He's way too hot.
Thank you.
Damn.
It's the nicest thing you've said about me.
Ever.
All right. Strapped in here. I gotta admit, guys, that even on a very non-spoiler level, I need to discuss a movie that I saw yesterday.
Is it Bo is Afraid?
It might be.
Oh my god, yes, thank god.
Have you seen it?
Of course, it's Ari Aster. Of course I saw it.
All right. Like, okay. Then we might get into
Yeah, we'll
spoiler
probably get that up.
territory.
Yes, I would love that.
So yeah, we'll just plan on it.
Okay.
However, that's going to be one that it's like, if you have any interest in watching, you cannot listen to us talk about it.
Yeah. We'll give a clear warning as far as when there's I would say if you have a mild interest, it might be. I don't know, like I won't get into it.
Casual interest.
We'll
We'll
wait.
get into it eventually.
Yeah, it's yeah. Should we start?
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm eating
I
Ritz
think so.
crackers.
Good
Fucking,
job.
ooh,
This
you
is
guys
like-
are Fritz crackers.
Yes, but this is like kryptonite to Sarah.
Yeah.
You can't
Wait,
eat
they don't
this.
have gluten in them?
They do.
Yeah.
Oh, you were saying as in, like, not like it's her weakness as in it's her favorite thing. It's her
Right.
weakness as in she will die if she eats it.
Right, it's her kryptonite.
Literally
Sarah,
kryptonite.
I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
I want you. No, actually, I'm going to introduce and then I'm going to ask you a question, okay?
Okay.
Hello and welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast. It is April 26th, 2023, and we have a couple friends with us. We have, was that PanamaMatt?
No.
No.
Sorry, I'm so far away.
I forgot to tell PanamaMatt.
I forgot to tell Gabe. So
He's,
Well, then
he's
he's not going to
Texas.
show up.
we're even. We're
He's not
even on
gonna-
both.
He's on business.
Oh, PaleoSteno is in the house,
Hello.
and Laura is joining us.
That's me.
And
I did see Jax and Hero talking in the Flutter Smug chat, so they should be in sometime.
that's just fine. Sarah's here,
Hi.
and I'm ACRacebest. Hello, everybody. My question to start off the podcast, Sarah,
Yeah.
you are allergic
Yeah.
to gluten.
Yeah.
You are allergic to egg,
Yeah.
and you are allergic to dairy.
Yeah.
What can you rank them? What is the worst allergy and what is the least worst allergy? Because I think most people know when you have celiac disease, or you think you have
Gluten
celiac
intolerance.
disease.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I probably should, because testing for that has gotten a lot better, so I probably should double check.
you should.
Like, if I either just have the gluten intolerance or I have the disease.
It's all in your mind.
It's
Okay, so as far as, like, past testing goes, egg is my worst allergy.
that sucks.
Yeah, but it's more of, like, if it's baked in a thing, I'm usually pretty okay as long as I just mediate how much of that thing I'm
What a
eating.
cheat.
Yeah.
Like, if
Like,
it's
if it's
in
like
it's
scrambled eggs, I'm like, no, I cannot
but if
do
it's
that.
in cake, then yes.
If it's in cake,
You're not really
it's
missing
better.
out.
Yeah. But,
Cake is objectively better than scrambled eggs.
That's true.
and then I would say gluten, and then dairy.
Dairy's the least.
Yeah.
So I once saw Sarah get to a breaking point. We were
Yeah.
on a cruise, of which we'll be on one when the next podcast is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And we'll
Oh,
update
yeah.
you as far as when we'll probably have our next podcast.
Yeah.
But Sarah, they kept, every time that they were like, oh, would you like the dairy-free dessert? And she's like, yes. They would have sorbet.
Yeah.
And I've never
That's
seen...
it.
Yeah. That was it.
Oh.
I just ate sorbets.
Were they at least different flavors?
They were...
That's good.
but it's not great.
I mean, at least they tried a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And I watched
That was
this
like
girl.
the first cruise that I went on, which when they were still like sort of new to accommodating
For that.
different, allergies.
They've gotten a lot better.
They've gotten a hell of a lot better. To which, like, there was one day on a cruise that we went for lunch, and they made a dairy-free chocolate mousse. And, like,
Ooh.
all of the ladies sitting around us were like, where did you get that dessert? And I'm like,
Like,
it's
hold up.
allergy-friendly dessert for the day.
You're like, I can't eat dairy either. So, yeah, because you're... So, I saw it on this first cruise, I saw Sarah get to a breaking point, though. Where she's like, no. I've been on this ship for 5 days. And I'm going to have myself an actual dessert. And I watched her go into the buffet where they had an assortment of desserts. And Sarah said, I'll take that one. She chose the most chocolate-filled, like, rich and creamy looking dessert that you've ever seen. She's like, this
Yes.
is for me. And I was like, I sat back and I went, oh. So you can eat this stuff. And she ate
Not
that.
advised.
Oh my god, she ate it and she was just like, oh. As she was eating it, she's like, life is so good. And
That's
didn't
a ballsy move, because, like, if you were to have a bad reaction to it, like, you're on a boat.
look, some things are worth dying for, and dessert apparently is one of those for Sarah. And you did this,
Yeah.
and then didn't you repeat this like a few more nights?
Yeah, I ate like maybe one dessert.
And you didn't have a single problem from any of
Hell
this,
yeah,
did
dude.
you?
I did after the cruise.
I know that was my joke leading into you
Yeah.
saying, outside of my 6 months of depression that I had, like, didn't it like F up your like psyche?
Like, I just was feeling blah, and that just made me very sad in general. I was just like, I just don't feel good.
Maybe it
feel
wasn't 6
tired.
months. Well, it was a while though, wasn't it?
It was a while. Like, it was for a while. But
Maybe it made you sad and it triggered something else.
Yeah, I don't know.
That you just had to.
I wasn't having a good time at that college, anyways.
Yeah.
So.
But I just remember it was like it felt like it all linked back to this dairy dessert.
We've got Fort Canyon in the chat saying audio mixing in this is terrible. LOL. Are people too loud, or are we too quiet?
Oh yeah, tell us.
I don't know.
I'm listening to see how we sound right now.
Okay.
Maybe it's just...
Oh, there's something that sounds like a fan in the background a little bit.
Oh, really?
Of ours?
Hold on, let me make sure.
Double check what
Yeah, let me make sure what microphone.
We're in the process right now of switching or changing to a new computer, and we've had some stuff.
Yeah, because
Did
like
you hit
you
the
guys
knob?
sound fine on Discord to us.
Oh, there's apparently a hum behind someone's audio. Can you identify who it
Yeah.
is?
It must be. I mean, like, it must be them, right? Because we can't hear a single thing.
Yeah,
we
if
can't
you don't hear
a
it.
hum. So, but I hear it when I unmute on.
Is it the sound of a fan, or is it the sound of like a loose connection?
What are you eating?
Crackers.
Good old clackers.
Holly wanted one.
Uh-huh.
Dude, whenever cartoon characters were fed crackers, I was like, those look so good. Like
They always did. Oh my god.
Like in Aladdin, when they're stuffing the crackers down the Sultan's
yeah.
mouth, and I'm like, dude, what a lucky guy.
No, you want to know who's actually lucky? That I feel like no one actually understood the importance of this, like how luxurious it feels. Having grapes picked for you and then being able to eat them is like the peak of luxury. Like actually, like if I had pre-picked grapes, I might not eat anything else. Like genuinely,
Ever.
grapes are so good and they're only hampered by the fact that you have to pick them.
You know, you could like pick all of them off first and then just have a big old bowl of grapes.
Yeah, but you still have to do the picking.
And then
But you can
like,
do the picking beforehand and then
Yeah.
feel luxurious later, I guess.
And then later we're like, oh, I need a snack. Oh, I'll have these pre-picked grapes that I can
Uh-huh.
just shovel into my face.
Like, Jeff Bezos status. Oh.
So we're still diagnosing this audio thing, which is weird because naturally nothing's changed since.
You know computers be.
You know how they be. Unless the
Here,
microphone.
can you move out of the way?
I'm in the
I don't
way.
know what use it is.
I'm in the way.
Is there a noise gate on OBS that you have set up?
Ellen says it sounds like Race and Sarah have a loose connection. There's like a hum.
But it's still weird that you guys don't hear it.
Okay, now we hear it.
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah.
You heard what?
I
Well, now
that
it
unplugged.
sounds like
hum when
there's
you
some
talk
sort
now.
of white
Did you
noise.
change anything?
I unplugged and replugged in the mic.
Okay,
Oh.
so
Did that fix or make it worse?
Let me
So,
make sure it's.
do you have a noise gate on OBS? Because that might be the problem.
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah, you might want to add a noise gate.
It went away when y'all unplugged the mic. I mean, that is helpful.
I'm still laughing at
Sounds like a noise
the fact
gate.
that this has not been an issue.
Well, I
until
mean, Fort
today.
Canyon did say it's not exclusive to this specific podcast, apparently.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Fort Canyon waited till now to tell us.
That our audio sucks
Can't
ass.
believe this.
Whoever just came in just heard you just say, our audio sucks
ass."
ass.
Who was that?
Is that Jaxblade?
Jax.
Is that Jaxblade?
Alright, noise gate.
Just put it at 100%, so whenever we talk, no one hears us.
Yeah.
Alright, alright, I've added a noise gate on OBS. On
Yeah.
our microphone specifically.
So
Okay,
It's-
yeah, the humming is gone when you did that.
It's funny because also the AC turned off, so I'm like, I hope.
not me, by the way. I never turn off.
Might have
Good
been-
never turned on.
I'm always turned.
Always turned.
That's my secret.
I've always noticed that our audio is low, so people just have to turn it up. But like on OBS, it's always in the like mid yellow to almost red.
You know what? I hate audio.
Yeah.
Like, it is my least favorite thing about producing anything ever. I'm just being real. Like, whether it's on the racing side or anything. Let us know, folks, like if this is better or if this ends up being worse.
Yeah, it might have just been the mic. Maybe I didn't plug it in all the way or something. I don't know. But we have a noise gate now, so hopefully
It shouldn't change anything. It's not. Yeah. If anything, you might hear less of my crackers.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I hate audio, he says as he crinkles a big old bag of crackers.
Why you put me away?
Santa Celine in the chat. Do you mean the Mega Man Network Legacy Collection? Because there is a pony voice actor in that.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, apparently, like,
Who's in Mega Man?
Mega Man's voiced by Shining Armor.
That's awesome. Oh my god.
Yeah, in, like, the main menu, like, you hear Mega Man, it's like, wait a minute.
Wiley!
Is that the Andrew Francis?
No, that's me. Sorry.
Here, I didn't know it was you. I'm sure that's the first time you've heard that in the past.
Never
years.
heard that joke before.
All right. Well, thank you all
I
for
keep
being here.
saying 10 years, but like, man, the show started in 2010, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did.
I keep saying 10 years for the past 3 years.
We're getting up to 15.
Oh, don't do that.
So,
oh my gosh, we're the halfway point between 10 and 15 years, aren't we? Oh,
Yeah. Next year, it's gonna be 5 years since the finale happened.
What? And then it'll also be 5 years since BronyCon happened.
Don't start
yeah.
with me.
All right, that was my last cracker. Maybe that's why your audio sounded bad. They're like, I can't even understand what Race is saying. He sounds so muffled, like his mouth's full.
You eat during the podcast like all the time.
I know. That was my food post, by the way. In fact, why don't you submit your food post, if you haven't already, to Twitter, #SPPFoods, all one word. I want to see food, Sarah. But before we do, let us also introduce Hirosashii.
Hi.
And Jaxblade.
Hi.
You so.
So, Sarah, let's look at food.
Okay.
Let's do it. It's food time. It's time for food. Food is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I realized that I was like not starving. I always feel like starving was always a fun word to use until you realize that like people starve.
That's actually a thing that can happen.
That like can kill you, and then it's like, oh, well, I don't want to. Oh man! Fun fact.
Yes.
I think MomoCon is like in a month.
It is.
And I need it, man.
When is when is everyone traveling for MomoCon?
When or how?
Like what day of the week?
Wednesday.
I forgot.
I want to say Wednesday.
I kind of figured a lot of people were traveling Wednesday, which is why I realized it probably won't work to have the podcast on that Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we might.
No, we'll just do it on the plane. Don't worry.
Wait, would it just be Sarah?
Yeah. But that's the 200th episode.
I think I travel.
Sarah Cast. I would absolutely tune in and listen
Dude,
to it.
I would tune in for that.
Yeah.
Be silent.
I'm so invested in this.
I think I travel Thursday.
Yeah.
I think I do. So.
Yeah, the next podcast is gonna be the 200th, so we'll
Yeah.
have to figure out when to have it when everybody's here. That's a celebration.
We'll find a day.
We'll find a day.
That means we can't have another podcast until literally everyone can be there.
It'll be a big one.
PanamaMatt.
Yup, and Gabe.
Gabe, you know Gabe.
Well, we'll see.
I don't want to have this podcast wait a year. So, well, Sarah, food posts. I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
I switched over to the other screen.
Oh, my bad.
Alright.
Or your bad, actually. But
Yeah.
All right, we have Tyler saying, "Hey, Semi Perfect Podcast, Lieutenant Tyler here For lunch and dinner, I had a BLT club with cream of chicken soup. I brought half of it home for dinner, then a water bottle to drink. All right, let's look at this. This is... I don't know. I always feel like soup. Not always. No, that kind of goes against what I was just going to say. Soup at a restaurant, I'm just like, ooh, yummy. It's soup at a restaurant. You know what I mean?
I don't feel like I've ever seen you be excited about soup.
I've never ordered soup at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Except at, well, that's a lie. Like, I don't often order soup at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if I end up with soup at a restaurant, I go, oh.
Yeah.
You're right. Whenever I have a super salad option, I never do it. So what am I on right now?
Yeah, I
What's a
don't know.
super
A super salad.
Ah,
What's that salad or soup I keep hearing about? Is that like Spanish or something?
salad or soup?
That sandwich looks good though. Did you dip the fries in the soup? Hell yeah.
Damn.
All right. Well,
And the water.
and the water and the money. That's the change. Very good, Lieutenant Tyler. And then what do we have here? Elwyn.
Elwyn, I think my son wanted the pepperoni. The picture of Elwyn's cat.
I did not know that
And
Elwyn had a
pepperoni.
son. My son.
Beautiful.
I
Junior.
just want you to know, Elwyn, that I was, for a second, I hadn't looked at my screen yet, and I just heard Sarah reading it, and you said my son, and I'm like, oh Christ, we have to look at a picture of somebody's kid. And I was like, oh no, it's a kitty, good.
Mm.
Damn, Laura.
Mm.
The immediate reaction.
Send in a picture of your child.
Yeah.
Mm.
Out of fear of torment. Nathaniel posts currently having some orange chicken with quinoa
Quinoa.
and
Quinoa.
spinach.
I used to say that all the time too, Ray. so
I,
it's okay.
I thought you were saying clonoa. I was like, what?
Cloaca. Which really felt like
No. Continuing.
which really felt like a solid mix to me. Yummy. I was not gonna survive this if I didn't eat my crackers. This food is looking good.
Yeah.
Who do you got?
We got Anime Guy 01 saying, yesterday I went to Melt's. It's a bit down the road, but from Winnie City Hotel. Got some poutine and some mac and cheese. It's a cheese-themed restaurant. It's very good.
Ah, good.
You get the hell out of here.
Good.
Okay, so what is this one? This is the
Uh,
Oh, okay, that's the
the-
poutine.
Poutine.
You brought some fiber packets with you, right?
I
That's
certainly
very
hope so.
important.
Look at that. The dusted
Yeah.
mac and cheese. And then there's another part
my
of this
God.
post. What does it say?
Also, my friend Daniel went to Japan recently, and look what he found while he was over there.
Oh.
Zootopia
Of course he
stuff.
wants this. Did he go in March? Please, I need to know if he went in March. Because that would be the 14th person that I have heard
Oh my god,
went
that's
to Japan.
right. I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah.
14th?
Okay, I
Right.
need to
One.
do
Japan
some
in
research.
March.
So
I told
Nathaniel, your friend took this picture for a reason. But did they get the goods or just send you a photo of Zootopia? Like,
Well, didn't you get some of these sprays?
not these are new. I have not seen these.
Those different one?
Yeah, these are different. And even if I had, like, everyone should no, everyone,
Donations are always accepted.
please. Like, look at this. It's Pancake Judy.
It's freaking cute.
It's Pancake Judy, Sarah.
Uh-huh.
But I don't have Pancake Judy. I need to go to Japan. That's
Oh, Race, I don't know if you know, but did you hear that they're making a sequel?
of Zootopia.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe you didn't hear about this.
Oh, I'm definitely going to Japan. They have all.
Japan's making a sequel.
That's the only. If that was it, like, okay. So Zootopia Land, right? Like, you know, it exists currently in China or will exist in China, and I'm like, I don't really want to go to China, but we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
And then they were
Was
like,
which one is it? Because there's two in China.
It's Shanghai.
Shanghai,
Okay.
and but then they announced that they were gonna have Zootopia Land in
Japan.
No, isn't it? Wait, you're looking at me. Did I dream this up?
I think they might have plans to do it in Animal Kingdom.
That's what I... Did I dream this up?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Also, like, you gave me a look, and I'm like, am I wrong?
Sorry, no, I was
That's
trying
much
to
more
process.
convenient then.
Much more
I was trying to
convenient.
process what
So,
you were saying.
the way that everyone was quiet and Sarah was staring at me, I was like, don't tell me that I made this
about
up.
the audio the entire episode, so I'm just like doing blank stares, being like, "Is it good?"
Well, ask the people, ask the fine folks of our live podcast if it's good. I guess you don't want to look yet. Nora Mermaid says, "Hey, semi-perfect hiya, semi-perfect podcast. For dinner, I had some whole wheat pasta with ragu sauce made with love by my mama. For dessert, ragu, I had soft serve vanilla ice cream with a rainbow sprinkle."
Man,
We're gonna have to talk about these sprinkles.
Sometimes getting soft serve ice cream with some sprinkles is godly.
If I'm
been probably a decade for me.
Nora says, if I'm quiet at any point, I'm probably geeking out over Ariel.
Yeah.
Why? Is there another sequel I don't know about? All right.
No, they released part of your world.
And Paleo was ripping on it, and Saber was ripping on it. These guys, Nora, these guys were ripping on your Ariel movie. Like, what the heck? Okay.
Freaking King Trident got busy with all 7 areas of the ocean.
Somebody was saying, oh yeah, that's because that's how fish spawn. They just squirt out
he just did it in the ocean, and then they just swam through it.
Because they just squirt out their eggs and their sperm, so that's how they would reproduce.
This is what I want to talk about.
Thank you, Hero. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, if you ever swallow, ocean water and you're wondering why it's so salty. Anyways.
No, that makes sense. There's whales in it.
So, I hate, by the way, I don't know if anything makes me gag quicker than when I accidentally get smacked in the face by a wave and all the water goes down my throat. I'm dead. I'm going to die.
You ever sit in there and the waves coming and the waves is way bigger than it looked like it was gonna be initially, and you're like, I guess I'll die.
Yes, yes, and I put myself in that situation a lot. So I want to comment on Nora's ice cream because I'm looking at these rainbow sprinkles. And
in the cone,
they seem to be very one-sided.
Oh,
Did you?
Like a cone inside of a cup.
Well, I think she's partially ate it, and.
Oh yeah.
Are you asking the woman to wait to eat her ice cream until she takes the picture for you? Because that's an unreasonable question to ask.
I just didn't realize that's what happened.
That is disgusting, Race. It is 2023. You don't do that anymore.
I'm
Stop.
sorry. I'm sorry. I will try to. I'll be a better me. I'll post an apology on Twitter.
Well, Nora has added.
Oh,
and I know it's not food, but I'm also reading this book while listening to y'all. Y'all should open up a book and read one sometime, or else I'm giving you all a book. LOL. Love you guys. And hugs and kisses.
Does manga count?
Wait, does that mean that if I stop reading, Nora's going to give me more books? I'm in.
Yeah.
This sounds like an absolute win.
Bye.
So I have a Zootopia book that I read.
That's the only book.
It's very good. Fritz Rolle says, "Hi, SPP crew. Sadly, not a meal, but a glass of special occasion orange soda."
Ooh, is it true?
God said something else. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Were you looking at this photo and did it make anyone else pause?
Wait, no, hold on. What? I'm not on the stream. What?
Because I totally
something.
The words on the cup.
Yeah, I read that. I read that wrong.
That's what.
I was like,
okay, I just got. I was like, you better fucking show us a picture.
Today is
your hand better be in that picture.
Oh, I can tell you right now that that would not be the kind of glass that Fritz Rolle would have, based on his hand. Yeah. So Anyway, today is my official last day of classes, and now I wait until Saturday
yay.
for college graduation. Also got this
Oh my
fabulous
God.
new glass.
Congratulations.
See, here it is. The glass is from Club Golf Nationals at Purdue, of which they called it NCCGA, which if you read a little cross-eyed and a little at a distance, totally looks like something else.
That seems like an oversight.
Or
They knew
maybe
what they were doing.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing. Okay.
No,
Just fully aware.
the kerning on those letters is way too close together.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Remember, it's like, remember like fucking the Nickelodeon Snicker Treat. When they were, like, singing that shit?
Yeah.
It's like Snicker Treat. What did you call me?
Oh, it was out without the S.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my
okay.
gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Santa
you can
Celine
you
even
can
said
still
that
look up
too,
the
yeah.
commercial.
Oh
my.
god. It was
Wow.
Snicker Treat.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Goodness. And then
Terrible.
we have Writer Store Pin Key.
Eating McDonald's bacon quarter pounder while watching the podcast tonight, suffering from a severe cold, but will get better.
That's the
You shouldn't
spirit.
eat that when you have a severe cold. Then it'll make it worse.
Is it? Wait, I thought.
But if you have, like,
no,
fast
you
food-
feed. Don't you feed a cold and starve a fever?
No. I'm saying, like, if you have like greasy food when you like have a cold, like it can make it last longer potentially. Again, like some people are different, but like that's just one of those things I just say. Be careful. I hope it's good.
What
Like,
would you
'cause, like,
know about health stuff, Jax? Okay.
You're right. I don't know. I'm
Hey
dumb.
Jax, where's my book?
Stupid. As I'm actually, my mom is helping me with recipes now
Oh, that's
because
the
like
most
what we were
wholesome
doing
shit.
is we started doing this thing where like because I want all the recipes to actually taste good, and so like I'm like we have to make the food, and so like sometimes there's some
Well, yeah.
recipes I wrote down, I'm like I don't like the way this tastes yet. Oh, we need to try this, and so my mom will like help me with like cooking stuff. I'm like, Mom, how do I do this? And then she's like,
Integrity.
okay, do that. And I'm like, oh, that actually made
Love
this
it.
much better. So I got chicken curry in there now. That's
Ooh.
bomb skis. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fucking great. I can't wait.
Nice.
Mm.
I also cannot wait.
Yes.
That's why Elora asks every time this comes
No,
up.
I appreciate it. I generally do appreciate that. So I'll be the first one. I'm gonna see if I can get this like if I can get like a printed version, I'll send it over to Laura first.
Yeah, I'll
Like
be your
literally
editor,
every time she
or
asks, I'm like,
whatever.
okay, here you go.
Wait, is
No,
that
I'll
all it
bring
takes? I just have to keep bugging
Do
you
you
about
want
it?
one?
Probably.
Do you want one,
Yeah,
Race?
yeah, I want one.
Okay.
Because
You
honestly,
tell me
like,
5 of your favorite foods.
of my
like-
favorite foods? Oh,
Yeah, so I can make a healthy version of it so you can eat that. instead.
In-N-Out Burger,
And then I actually have a really good burger in my
Pepe's
cookbook.
Wet Burrito.
I have a burrito in my cookbook. So there
Wait,
you go.
mine's garlic bread.
Garlic bread.
Oh.
I have that in my burrito. So
Oh,
good luck.
the
Yes!
the double down from KFC.
They got rid of it recently. I'm so pissed. All right, that was my shit. No, because I remember back in the day. This explains why I had fucked up heart back then. But it was like I remember like it was like 2012 or something like that, and I was like I used to
Oh, I thought
get
you were gonna
those
say how
like
many
every
calories
day
it
after the
was.
gym,
Okay.
and I was like fuck yeah. But then they got rid of it because people were having heart attacks. I'm like fuck y'all. All right, just like work out. Shit like that. Don't punish me because you can't control yourself.
That's it.
I
That's
agree.
it. Yeah.
Honestly, like, oh, we got to get rid of it because people are having heart attacks. Like, okay, well, if you know that you're not particularly healthy, maybe don't eat something that's super unhealthy. for you.
Exactly. Don't do it.
Like,
Like
sorry.
what the fuck? It's common sense.
How
It's
dare
not like
they?
it's a secret. It's
How
not
dare
like
they.
it's
Yeah,
advertised as being like a veggie burger and then you're eating like 2 patties of chicken. Like, no, you know what it is.
Oh.
Exactly.
Full stop. Okay, we're done with the food posts.
Mhm.
And I just want to point out Norma Mermaid did send a super chat saying Dolphin Boy did what when we were talking about the ocean stuff.
The Little Mermaid thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she
Oh,
was.
yeah. Well, I quote tweeted the posters of Sebastian and Flounder and just said LMAO.
Yeah, that's all you
LMAO.
gotta say.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
need to.
Paleo was spicy today. He like fucked up like the Jungle Book. He was like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all
Oh,
bitches.
yeah.
You don't know shit. Jungle Book was ass, and I fucking hate all of you.
Wait, the live action Jungle Book, I fucking hated that movie.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually rewatched it
Everyone was
recently as
"It's
like
pretty
background noise
good,"
while I
and
was
I'm like,
working.
no, it's terrible.
And I was like, I think like the first half, I'm like, I can see where you're going, but once King Louis starts singing, I'm like, I'm
Oh, me
lost.
too.
You fucking yeah. What the fuck is this? Yeah, I'm like, it's
Whoa.
gone. But apparently he's
Wow.
fighting King Kong now. So there you
That's
go.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause- yeah, Jax, like there was like a crossover episode on my Twitter timeline because like
Mhm.
my animation people crossed over with my dinosaur people. I was like,
yeah?
oh, because like one of the dinosaur people I follow like posted that thing about like King Louis.
Uh-huh.
Because he's supposed to be a gigantopithecus, as he says in the song.
Right.
But because they were saying like, can we all agree that the Jungle Book was like the one good remake? And then like
No.
Dubas
No.
Goobas quote tweeted, it was like an animator,
Mhm.
saying like, no.
It was so
No.
bad.
I'm sorry.
No.
Did you say Gigantopithecus?
Yeah.
That sounds like a
Made up?
6-year-old knew the word Pithecus and they wanted to make up their own version. So I was like, Gigantopithecus. That's what that sounds like.
Is that what
Sorry.
Bigfoot's based
It,
off?
it sounds like a Harry Potter
I mean-
like spell to make your dingus bigger.
There are a few extinct animals that are kind of like that, whereas like there is a Gigantoraptor. Like,
Oh, what does that look like? That sounds like a very
Not what you think. Like,
Oh,
Hey,
cool.
you know what? Nathaniel Foga is going to stand his ground. He likes the live action Jungle Book, and he says, "Ain't nobody gonna tell me otherwise."
Hey,
Well, I mean,
y'all can like it.
you like it?
we'll-
doesn't
we'll
mean I
tell you
don't.
otherwise, though.
Yeah. All right. Just
See,
walk.
Paleo even by name tagged the child actor in the post, doxed him, then
How
said
old is that kid now?
he's so stupid,
I don't
and I was
know.
like, "Wow,
It's like-
Paleo."
back when I did my review, I said like I didn't like the Mowgli actor, but it's probably because he like if you look at the behind the scenes stuff, is like he's just working on like empty green screen. So
Hey, tell
like,
that to Macaulay
yeah.
Culkin.
What?
In Home
Page
Alone?
Master.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Oh,
Page
you're
Master.
so right.
wait, but he was animated in that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Shut up.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's just voice acting.
Yes. No, but at the very end, when the books show up and a spoiler for Page Man, if you actually give a fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
for Canyon's doing some spicy things after complaining about the audio, saying Beauty and the Beast was the one good remake. Oh no,
You know what? Was our audio even screwed up at this point? Now I don't know what to believe.
Wait,
Beauty and the
Wait.
Beast was the one that offended me most.
no, The Lion King is the most offensive one by far.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Thank you
Um,
for saying so. I
No,
don't
but-
understand,
But
so-
Hero
At
loves
least-
that movie.
Uh-huh. I haven't
Sarah.
seen it, so
I do
But I-
want to at least give credit to the Beauty and the Beast one, specifically for the song that like Josh Groban sings in the credits. That I know the Beast also sings in the movie, but Josh Groban does it better. But I actually really dig that song, and that's it. That's the best part of the movie, and I don't
Is
care
it-
about the rest of it.
Is it like because like the Lion King was damn near like just literally retelling the exact story besides the shit scene, and so it's just like I didn't realize that sounds really out of context. To fucking
shit
Hero
scene.
wasn't
But
seeing the movie.
based off of what I've seen of the Lion Guard in that farting scene, what is this shit scene now?
There's this scene where fucking like Simba, he's like running away, and then like he's like with Timon and Pumbaa, and then like something like eats his fucking hair and shits it out.
You know how
And
like
then-
like the particles that come go away to like in the original movie where it tells Rafiki that like Simba's alive.
Yes.
Yeah, so they do that of like having his fur like go across, and his fur gets stuck in some shit.
Yeah.
That is rolled by a dung beetle.
And the
forgot
Dung Beetle
about
has a
that.
song about singing like, "Oh, this is my shit," and he's like rolling. It's fucking crazy, man. Like,
I really want to like tell you guys like to be able to say no, that's stupid. They wouldn't do that. But I actually had to stop watching the movie by like Hakuna Matata because I couldn't get past it. I was too offended. So I just gotta take your word for it.
No,
Yeah.
but the thing is like with the Beauty and the Beast remake is like when they get to like the Be Your Guest, like this
so
feels so
disappointing.
devoid of any creativity.
Yeah,
With like comparing it to the original,
it's so flat.
like man, yeah.
did they have the gray stuff in it?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen any of these movies.
But
the
it's
only
just
one I saw.
gray.
Because like even like with looking at the Little Mermaid remake, I'm sorry Nora, but everything looks so dark.
You does.
Like
Wow!
it all-
Sorry, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Why don't you go work with the national golf whatever?
But and then like because there's also that Peter Pan and Wendy thing that's also supposed to come out in May, like on Disney
Right.
Plus,
Right.
and they're like, why isn't Tinkerbell glowing? And it was like, because
you
we
know
don't-
why.
Yeah.
No, it's so great because it's just like that whole thing with like the Lilo and Stitch live action thing they had recently with like Nani, and it was just like, okay, it's just like someone there's having a bit of a giggle, are we? All right, it's just like,
Don't we have lots of topics?
we do,
Small topic.
but this is beautiful.
Like,
Oh, I never.
Nor you're gonna hear
Gonna need
more
a
than
shot.
just me when
You-
when it
Oh
comes
god,
out
once the
when we've
movie
all
comes
seen
out,
it.
it's
Oh
gonna,
yeah.
Or
You
I might have to skip that episode.
You know that we've had quite the off topic because I started saying earlier I have to tell you guys about something,
Yeah.
and I still haven't told you guys
Yeah.
about something. All right. So first off, we did get a super chat from Anime Guy saying literally every edit from the Little Mermaid trailer that makes the scene brighter looks so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get films that do a gray filter over everything. I'm just like, why
No.
did you do
Yeah.
that?
It's
Hmm.
it's
Right.
funny because like I recently saw John Wick 4. Like
Mhm.
the colors in that movie look amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But is it that Zack Snyder shit where it's like, oh, you have to like this is
Yeah.
for adults, so we're gonna zap the color because adults' vision is dark and gloomy, and you need to realize that, and so this is why. And
Yeah,
it's
like,
just
and then
oh,
like point the movies like Blade Runner and John Wick is like they don't have to look like that. I mean,
right, exactly.
I feel like the only way that they could turn that around is if underwater everything has a gray filter, but up on land it's colorful. Because I feel like that would make sense to Ariel's
Ariel's point of
perspective.
view. Yeah.
I guess, but then that's
I don't think they're going to do
70%
that.
of your movie that's gonna be
Yeah.
dreary looking.
But they didn't do that in the Bollywood film Finding Nemish.
Yeah. You know, it was a good Disney live action remake, that Sleepy Hollow movie that came out in the '90s with Johnny Depp, with that Christopher
Oh
Walken
my
as
god,
a
that was a
headless
Disney
horseman.
movie?
I
That was not a Disney movie.
I wish it was.
It was, yes.
Laura, the Headless Horseman was a Disney cartoon.
No,
and that
but
was a live action
Hollow was not
version
made
of
by
the Headless.
Disney. They
Um,
did not conceive of the concept of the Headless Horseman. That's a classic.
Next,
Uh,
next tell me that Pinocchio movie with the guy who turns into a whale is a Disney movie.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what you know. There is a race will back me up on this. You remember
Yeah.
that Jungle Book movie where the
Mhm.
person got eaten by a snake? That was a Disney movie, wasn't it?
yes, it was.
Yes, it
The,
was.
the
So
one
all
where
those
the
live
one where the
action
guy yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about the one with the quicksand?
Yeah, the
Talking about
quicksand. and He
Anaconda?
drowned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a Disney movie.
Yeah, no, Anaconda is a live action version of Ka, and it
Yeah.
goes into, like the thing. So like there you go. But then there's the Jungle Book movies live action. You remember that movie? It was like Pinocchio's Revenge, and then it was like it was by Disney. Really went dark, and this is their first R-rated film, and it was like just absolutely crazy that Pinocchio was killing all these people. But like, I mean, it's Disney, so they can do what they want. They rule the world, right?
Well,
Well,
Jax, did you see the new live action Disney maybe R-rated, might be PG-13 movie? Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh, actually, my mother wanted to watch that, and I was just like, I can't. But you enjoy, my dear. You
I still
enjoy.
think it's wild that Disney made a prequel first to a movie that came out 30 years later. The prequel
Would that
to
make the second one a sequel?
No, it wouldn't because so Finding Nemo was in development way back when Pixar, was a thing in the 70s, but they're like, well, we need an establishing thing for a side character spin-off to then become about this. They made Jaws.
Oh, Jaws.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Disney
Rest in
movie.
peace to Bruce, by the way. He just passed away recently.
He did.
So,
He did.
Oh yeah.
yeah, rest in peace to him.
So okay, before we continue on this rabbit hole, which I love, of whatever
We
we're
both
doing.
love those, don't we, Ray?
Yes, we do.
You do.
Yes, we do. I have to tell you guys about the weirdest, maybe the weirdest order I've ever seen at a fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
Now to start this off, this happened at an In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Now, for those that know In-N-Out, this In-N-Out's not the kind of place where it's like, oh, like there's thousands of ingredients. Well, most fast food don't have
They only make
thousands.
2 things.
But yeah, they got burgers, they got fries. You might put cheese on it. Like you could have variety
And
on how you do it.
shakes.
Oh,
But-
shakes. You're right.
Yeah.
But Sarah, why don't you first describe what you usually order?
What I usually order, because I can't do bread, I can't do cheese. I just order.
And you can't do the sauce.
Right. I just ordered 2 pieces of meat with some ketchup on it in a lettuce wrap, and that's it.
And what do you call it? Like, how do
It's
you
a
order?
double meat protein style ketchup only.
Double meat, protein style ketchup only.
Yeah.
So that's what Sarah ordered. Granted, there were a couple of us in this group ordering, and every now and then, I'll always give people a, like it was on the receipt, the mistake, so we could have at any point double checked this.
Yeah.
And mistakes happen, no big deal. But we get our food, and we're looking at it, and Sarah immediately looks at hers and goes, "Oh no, they put cheese on mine."
Yeah.
And that happens, so every now and then she needs a regular burger. She ends up with a cheeseburger. No big deal. In-N-Out's very good about, oh yeah, we'll swap that out. However, upon looking more into it, I'm like, there's no meat. And I'm like, what is this?
It's just 2 slices of cheese inside of a lettuce
and
wrap.
on
What?
and on the receipt, it says that Sarah had ordered a grilled cheese, protein style ketchup only.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here going, how the fuck did they grill the cheese without the bread? I was dumbfounded by this. I walked up and I was like, before I even tell you guys why this is wrong, I want you to know. Do you have the picture? Can you send me the picture? I'm going to post it right now. This will be my food post.
Okay.
I have to know.
So what this was, it was 2 pieces of cheese, because it ended up being a double cheese instead of double meat, that they, I think, lightly grilled and then put on to the lettuce, and it had ketchup. And of course, Sarah wasn't gonna eat it. Tommy, being with us, goes, well, I gotta try it. I gotta give this a try, because they had already hooked Sarah up with another one. They're like, you could just throw that one away or do whatever you want with it. Sarah's like, what? Or Tommy was like, I gotta try it. And he takes a bite out of it, and he's kind of nodding. He looks at me and he goes, this might be the worst thing I've ever had at In-N-Out. He's like, I'm eating cold cheese with cold lettuce and ketchup. Go figure. It was not. It wasn't the winner.
Yeah.
Do you want to put that in the Discord chat and I'll just pull it up on the stream?
We could. I'm gonna post this on Twitter because I forgot to, but I will post this first off in the Discord chat for people to see it, and then you can also share it. One second. Now, after I post this, I still want to know what's up with everybody.
Yeah.
Because we do that occasionally. We say what's up. Sorry, I'm learning how to post pictures.
There you go.
There it is. But yeah, this was such an exciting
Oh my
thing.
god.
Let me see what this looks like. Wow, it's just that is lettuce and cheese.
So Sarah, while I make this post, I'm still going to be my mind is still going to be in the podcast.
Yeah.
But why don't you start finding out what's new with people?
Okay. Jaxblade, what's new with you?
Not much. I just been, again, always working, cookbook stuff, YouTube stuff. I actually I took a while off just to work on some video stuff, so that was fun. Also working with client stuff. We're doing a little fitness challenge, so that's cool. We'll be wrapping that up at the end of the month, which is, oh, well, it went by fast. And what else? Oh yeah, my dog is a cyborg fully now because he got surgery on his other leg because he's a hyper boy. But yeah, he's recovering right now. Like what happened is he's always bouncy. And so he just jumps everywhere. He'll jump on cement. He'll jump everywhere. So he just jumps really high and stuff like that. And he's like a hyper boy. And it's funny, his leg was starting to do a thing, and I was like, "Oh, are you okay, boy?" But last time he hurt his leg, it was 2 years ago, and so it was is everything okay? Because like he was walking on like a busted knee for like months, but like he didn't say anything because he's just strong like that. He's like, I'm just
Well,
fine,
yeah,
whatever.
he wouldn't.
No, but he like dogs would whimper, like because I've seen
Yeah,
dogs
yeah.
like injure themselves and they'll like whimper like every day, so like he'd be able to find out. He didn't whimper at all. Like he was just like, oh, I'm good,
Huh.
yeah, shit like that. So I was just like, okay, everything. But he would sit weird, like he would sit in a way where his leg looked very awkward, and then like that made us like worry, like, oh, everything okay? And so like that's when we had surgery the first time. Did that, he recovered. And then a couple years go by and stuff like that, and then like his other leg started acting up. I'm not sure what the doctor said specifically for this one, but yeah, he had surgery again on that. So both of his hind legs now are two metal boys, and the doctor said, oh yeah, when he recovers he'll be like perfectly fine and stuff like that. He has like a lot of energy, and he recover fast from this one. Like this one, the other side completely healed perfectly fine and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So right now he can't play for like the next 3 weeks, and then after 3 weeks he'll go swimming lessons and then build up the strength again, and then we can start doing stuff again. But yeah, he's downstairs, drugged up, passed out. So yeah, that's it.
It's one of the good ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Well, Hero, what's up with you?
I'm playing Yokai Watch 4,
What?
and I just completed my first battle, and I received 11 yen. That is less than a dime.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
11 yen.
Like, I know he's a little boy, but like, you can't give him like $1.
Yeah.
That could get you a soda in the 50s if we win.
The year of our Lord, 2023. Here's 11 cents.
That's the one that came out on Switch in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't come over here because Yokai Watch did not do well over here.
Yeah, I don't think it came over here. Yeah. That's it. That's all. That's
That's it.
new.
My life update is that I posted my tweet.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
Laura, what's new with you?
I went to go visit some friends this weekend. So it was fun. And Saber is out in New York. So I am once again hanging out at the house by myself. So I'm gonna throw another rager.
Right.
So yeah, everybody's invited.
Nice.
You joking? I'm just there, like.
We'll go to bed at 11:30 tonight.
Whoa.
That's what I feel. No, that's
You
how
guys
I've been feeling too.
we'll
So I was just
hang
like,
out. We'll be in bed by 8:30. Woo!
hey, when you get older, 8 p.m. starts to feel like 12 a.m. and then you get worse and worse.
Sometimes like 9:30 rolls around, you're like, man, I could just go to bed. Like
Yeah,
no
I
one
can just
can
go to
stop
bed.
me.
You know,
Like, I'm
like, have
allowed
you had
to.
that thing yet where you're like, no, I love this when you're an adult and it's like 9 p.m. at night and it's just like, I could just go to bed. I'm not being forced to, like when I was a child. I
Yep.
could just go to bed now.
Yeah, but I'm still a
there's-
child, so I don't. I'm like,
Right.
no, I will not go to bed.
Right.
Oh. Well, nice. Well, hopefully you enjoy your rager.
Thank you. It's gonna be me and my cat hanging out.
Paleo, how about you?
Not much. I'm taking a little break from streaming, so I can work on some stuff before MomoCon happens. And and also before Tears of the Kingdom comes out, because I'm super hyped.
When's that come out?
And May 12th.
Okay, I need to play the first
Oh
one.
boy, Sarah.
Yeah.
Is that
And then also I recently finished God of War Ragnarok.
Yes.
Man, it's
See?
a really good story. Yeah.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
It's good.
It's also has probably has like the best acting I've ever seen in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
But they're animated.
How dare you talk about the animation? It's beautiful.
Nice. Yeah. Momocon's coming.
Coming
It's
It is.
coming.
just around the river bend.
Oh.
Just around the river bend.
You, Sarah? What's new
me,
with you?
What's me? Well, I feel like one story that we could share is that you should. Well, our advice is that you should never ever get Chipotle before you go on a flight.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We learned that the hard way this
Oh.
past weekend.
Yeah. So we
How is that
flew.
not common knowledge at this point.
It is, but
It is, but at the same time, we were
Chipotle-
just like, you know what? Let's just do it.
Chipotle has, you know, those relationship you have where someone does you dirty, and then
Yeah.
then you're like, I guess I'll forgive you,
That's
but I
my
know
favorite.
better, and then they're good for a
Yeah.
long time,
Yeah.
and then you go, you wouldn't do me dirty,
Yeah.
and then they do you dirty. So we eat Chipotle fairly regularly,
Yes.
and
We have no
don't-
idea what the fuck was happening at Chipotle this time.
I
around.
don't know, but like we've been fine.
Yeah.
And this was 2 weekends ago. Sarah and I flew to Tucson for a racing event that we were covering. And the flight was at 8 p.m. And, you know, I actually got off work a little bit early, unexpectedly. And I was like, oh, cool. So I was like, Sarah, maybe we could grab dinner before we go.
Yeah.
And we, you know, there's Chipotle's not far away. It's fast. We could pick it up. So it's like, okay, cool. Let's just grab that. And in the back of my head, I was like, is this a good idea?
It wasn't.
and I usually get, like, we had two very different things.
Yeah.
You got a burrito bowl.
Yeah.
Or is it even called a burrito bowl?
Yeah.
It is. Okay. You know, she's got her rice and her guacamole and her carnitas and all that. I had a steak quesadilla. Like, I was eating three things at Sarah. Well, two of the three things on mine was stuff that you couldn't eat.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't eat the salsa. I do. Like, we don't know what was up with Chipotle.
Yeah.
But as we were Ubering to the airport,
We're feeling the
I started to feel my stomach do things that indicated to me that I might be clinching.
later.
And we had so our flight path was we flew from Burbank to Las Vegas, and then Vegas to Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we're in the airport, and was it you first, Sarah? Were you the one who's like,
Well, no, you mentioned first that you were like, oh, I'm feeling something in my stomach. And I'm like, I am feeling it too.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
He went to the bathroom much earlier than I did.
I thought you went.
I tried.
You tried.
It
You didn't go.
It didn't do anything.
Sarah was like, I'm gonna see
if I can.
if having a seat will make things
Yeah.
want to happen, and they didn't. So she's like, and you know, and you were just like, well,
I guess Vegas will be the next.
it made us think, like, is it just like did something in the food just make us really like gassy, and it feels like something else is happening? Like, I don't know. And so Sarah was like, and I'm like, nah, I'll worry about this in Vegas if anything happens. And our flight's about to board, and all of a sudden I'm like, no, I don't want to be sitting on an airplane relying on this thing to land. Like, you know, like it would be our luck that we're going to get stuck in the air, and they're going to be like, everyone has to remain seated. I'm like, no, I better try. And all of a sudden I'm like, not only should I try, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I was in like,
Oh, yeah.
like my knees were locked walking to the bathroom. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then by the time we got to Vegas, I basically ran off the plane.
Yeah, Sarah was like,
yeah.
I really got to go. So my experience in Burbank was as well. I don't need to fully describe it in detail, but it was
Not good.
no, but it was finished at that moment.
Yeah.
Black cauldron started bubbling.
Yeah. So like I got it. I got it out of my system, and then Sarah chose like, I think I can make it to Vegas.
Yeah.
And we did make it to Vegas, but boy, I don't think I've ever seen her run so fast. Like there was an old lady with a walker in front of us, and Sarah straight up pushed her,
No, I didn't.
and then turned around and kicked her while she was on the ground.
There's no lady in a stroller or whatever.
In a stroller.
Walking her.
That is like one of the worst feelings though, when you really gotta go,
Yeah.
and there's like people who just can't get out the way because they're slow moving. It's just like, what the fuck? Oh my god, shit like that. It's just like you just like become the most belligerent.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
So valid.
and I remember I get this text from Sarah while she's in the bathroom, and it perfectly described what I had been through, and I knew exactly what she was going through. Because do you remember what you texted me?
It's a battlefield in here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I couldn't be in there with her. I did not want to be in there with her, but I knew exactly. We were connected by Chipotle. And yeah, by the time
It's like the scene.
by the time we made it to Tucson, we were done.
Yeah.
Didn't we eat at In-N-Out that night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We were like, well, we don't have any food left in us.
Yeah.
So let's get some food. And then we ended up staying with Gabe. Saw
Yeah.
Gabe and Claire.
I shot the Barrett, which was
Sarah
the
did shoot
really
the
big
Barrett?
gun.
Yeah.
I was afraid to shoot it, but I was like, they're not gonna stop bothering me until I do it. So
No,
I just closed
we wouldn't
my
have
eyes.
kept peer pressuring. It's just we knew that you wanted to do it.
So I closed my eyes and I pulled the trigger and it went boom.
And it wasn't bad, right?
No, the shotgun's worse.
Yeah.
The Barrett, it pushes you backwards with some force, and like mostly it's just the exhaust of all the force coming off of the gun that like shakes you. But with like a shotgun, it's just like a punch to the shoulder.
Yeah, it just hits
like
you.
it's a straight up punch. Like
It's
the
not a
Barrett pushes
Shotguns aren't fun to shoot, in
and
my
it shakes
opinion.
you, but the shotgun is just a straight up just punch.
They shotguns just feel like macho guns, where people are like, "Yeah, shotgun," and it's like, "Ow, why?"
Mhm.
Like, give me
We also shot the smallest gun.
the
in
world's
world.
smallest gun.
Yeah. And
Gabe's on. That's his newest kick.
Yeah.
Is he found out, like he has guns of many sizes, but he's
Yes.
like, "Wait, there's small guns." And so then he's like, "Well, what's the world's smallest gun?" And he owns it now. And it's pretty ridiculous. So we did that. Anything else, Sarah, as far as what's been going on in life?
Still doing job interviews.
Yeah, we had one today.
I had one today, and I'll have one on Monday next week.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And so hopefully those go somewhere,
Sweet.
because I'm tired of not having a job.
Yeah, and then I guess outside of that stuff, I think that's a lot of the new stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got a super chat here from Zark7 saying, "Hey, Semi-Perfect Podcast fam, just want to share that I'm now a contractor for Warner Brothers in Atlanta, where Cartoon Network and Adult Swim is headquartered. Wish me luck. I get a permanent gig afterwards."
Congrats.
Nice.
Oh,
Very
congrats.
And
That's
good
awesome.
luck.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, Zark. Yeah, congrats on that.
Yeah.
Seize the opportunity.
Yes.
It just sounded like a wise thing to say.
Because it's CN.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sarah, you have a big topic list here.
I
Do
mean,
you wanna...
they're just like small snippet stuff, though.
Well, let's hit the first snippet.
All right. Anyone remember Flufflepuff?
Yes.
Yes.
You can get a U2s of
I
Flufflepuff.
know. I'm so
Is it
excited.
is
Are
it
they
pink and fluffy?
Yeah.
Is
As
it
it-
dancing on rainbows?
Yeah,
I mean,
it-
you can make it dance on a rainbow.
that's-
If once
yeah.
you have it.
it's your job, Jax.
Flufflepuff, that like really fluffy pink thing that didn't make any noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it went.
It would
Bro.
gasp.
From
Well,
like
that's-
1994.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back in the day of our brony heritage.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm just like, I saw that news and I was like, whoa, that's a blast.
Are they still
from the
uploading?
past. Apparently, I don't know.
I think it's been a bit, but he might be.
I think they're still
they
like
did.
big enough though that they.
Yeah,
I still
they uploaded
never.
a month ago.
I never did figure out, was
Okay.
Flufflepuff the name of the character or the name of the creator?
Definitely the character, but I mean the creator might also go by that.
It's the YouTuber.
Is it the most successful OC?
Maybe. I don't know.
I-
No, Sonichu still exists.
Stop. I guess that would like. Do you count like Button Mash as an OC because he was on the show?
What about
I say, I
That's
don't-
popular.
I don't think Button Mash count because it would be like because like Laura
Yeah,
said,
it's
he
a
was
it's a
from the
background
show.
character.
But also,
Yeah.
even aside from that, is he popular?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because
thought
of
so.
Jan Animations.
What about the girl in the 50 Shades of Grey books?
Oh yeah.
She
Well,
is-
you're saying outside of ponies.
Oh, my bad. Well,
50
Jackson
Shades.
Sonic, so I didn't know where we were going.
50
Ah, yeah.
Shades was a Twilight fanfic.
Right.
Yes,
They
it is.
just changed the names of.
So they're
So
technically
I guess
OCs.
they're technically OCs, but
They are 100% OCs.
okay. Yeah. All right. Then that
Wow.
would probably be the most successful OC.
But okay,
Alright,
but
but
on the
it's
pony side, I think so. I think Flufflepuff might be the most. How did Hero word it?
Successful OC.
Successful OC.
Yeah.
They went to college. They got a job. They have a family.
I went to college.
Yeah.
There was that. I don't know how popular they were, but the raindrop one. I think
Is that the
Yeah.
Snowdrop one?
Snowdrop? Yeah.
With the blind-
We should watch that at one. I have not watched.
I love that
yet.
shit.
I still have
Wow,
not
really?
seen
Didn't
it.
that come out like
Yeah.
a decade ago?
I remember meeting
Yep.
the voice actress at BronyCon. We were
Oh.
with them. I think it might have been 2013's cosplay contest, and we were like the judges / hosts for that one.
Yeah.
This is the last year I think they had us
Yes, I remember
judge.
that. I was in that.
You were in the cosplay contest?
I was Pinkie Pie.
Oh,
See?
now I gotta
The
go.
water on you too, Race.
I
Has any one of us experienced Fallout Equestria? Like, say
No.
for
No
instance,
idea
No.
what that is.
outside of
love it.
cosplayers running
how-
around.
That is just. What if it's like the best thing ever, and we're like just no one knows?
I haven't.
No, it
I've seen
depends
the
on your
name,
tastes.
but
Like,
that's it.
I've read a significant chunk of it.
Uh-huh.
It was a bit much for me in terms of like it's super violent and it's pretty dang sexual, and I was
Okay.
like,
Oh,
this
hell
isn't
yeah!
Oh,
this isn't really for me.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
Like-
Okay, so you know the most about it then. Gotcha.
Yeah, but like the characters are interesting and like it's Fallout world, so it's the world's interesting.
Is
but,
it
like
is it one of those things that has a bunch of spin-offs that people do? Because I feel like I've heard of a bunch of different people that are creators of Fallout Equestria something, and I'm like,
well, yes, like there's the original story that's just the fanfic, right? But then there's like you got people have made like games and like obviously a ton of art, a ton of like costumes, like music.
Yeah,
There's
you
been
see, the Bethesda
animations.
games are actually a spin-off of that original fanfic.
wow, that's
okay,
Did I ever tell you like my first interaction with another brony at the first the 2012 BronyCon was with somebody who was cosplaying a Fallout Equestria character, and I had no idea who they were.
They're probably
where-
a little bit.
Because they got upset that I didn't know who the character was.
Oh no!
Wait, I was like, I
it's a caucus.
yeah, the one in Secaucus. Yeah.
That's so stupid.
just to shout her out, by the way, Meredith Sims is the name of the voice actress that.
Oh,
That's a
I
snow.
know
Oh,
that
yeah.
name.
Yeah.
I worked
Meredith
with her when I was working on Legends of Equestria. She was cool. I liked
Yeah.
her.
No, she was very friendly. Left a great impression on me. So yeah.
Isn't she like a big voice actress now? Or am I thinking of someone
Probably,
else?
like all the pony voice actors I know of.
No, like
Yeah.
seriously, like Bree Faith, Brittany Laundrie, she does a bunch of stuff for Funimation. Freaking
Kara Buckland.
Kara Buckland, the one who used to voice Rainbow Dash in the Epic Cupcake Time thing.
Yeah, she's the
Yes.
voice of
Gretzko.
fucking Gretzko. Yeah.
Yeah, Gretzko, and she's in a bunch of. She's also Gone and fucking and she's that damn whatchamacallit and Chicken Nugget, the damn Firefox fucker. All right, that thing, that baby thing. Okay,
Slushy?
whatever.
What?
Hot
No, not
sauce?
slushy,
No,
not
hot
slushy.
sauce is the
Hot sauce is a squirrel.
squirrel.
Uh,
Damn,
what
what's
are you
Sody
talking about?
Pop? It's Sody,
Sody
Pop.
Pop, yeah, Sody
Sody
Pop.
Pop. Oh yeah.
That's who she is.
Have you got a
Race
super
probably
chat?
has no idea what we're talking about.
I-
There's this awesome fan animation that all of us follow. I think a majority of us follow, but it's just on Twitter, and it's about like this dog with like really big long ears, this yellow dog, and they're all named after food items. It's about these various animals. So you got like Slushy is what was it, fox or a skunk or something. So yeah, and then she's like this green great character, and then there's Coffee, who is like this sheep in wolf's clothing and stuff like that. It's actually, I think the best way to show is just like, if I just link you their Twitter, like you'll probably be like, I know that.
This isn't the chicken nugget thing, is it?
It is the chicken nugget.
Oh, why did you say chicken nugget?
I thought you heard me say chicken nugget.
Oh, I missed that part.
I'm sorry.
You probably did say it, and I went, huh? This sounds like the chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a super chat from Omega saying, "Welp, I'm late. What's up, everyone? Hope your week is going well."
I hope you have a better one. So there.
Ooh,
Got him.
So aggressive.
Fighting
Got 'em.
words, and that moves us to our next topic of them's fighting herds.
Yeah.
Them's fighting herds. Is it
With
finally on
MLP
PS2?
adjacent, you know. Huh?
PS2. It's on the NES. New DLC characters, Sarah.
Yeah. I just like it's one of those things in the fandom that's like, you know, I just whenever there seems to be a big update, I'm like, you know, let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got like new DLC stuff that they're working on. They've got like, you can get a season pass or you can get individual DLC characters, and they've got 2 of them out right now. One is called Texas, and he's like a big longhorn bull. And then they got Stronghoof, who is a reindeer. They look pretty cool. Designs by Lauren Faust.
Oh, cool. They
Yeah.
got Lauren back for that's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, strong.
Who?
Lauren Faust.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I always feel
This
bad
looks
when
like
I
Cowboys.
when I go back and watch like really old vlogs,
Yeah.
and like people are like, "Oh yeah, Lauren's got a new movie coming out,"
Yeah.
and then it's like, "Oh, that didn't
She's
work
got
out."
a new show coming out. Oh, it's like, oh man. That woman will get a massive win. It's gonna keep happening.
So Sarah, you have on the topic list any movies/games do you want to talk about? Now I already know of one that is ready to be talked about. And so before we get into it, I know Laura has seen this movie. There's a movie called Beau is Afraid. And is there anybody in here that wants to avoid spoilers for Beau is Afraid?
It's the
It
new
looks
one.
like
my
something I want
dog?
to watch.
Okay, what? One at a time. What did you say, Paleo?
I said it looks like something I wouldn't watch, so I'll probably dip for a bit.
Okay, all right. What about you, Jax? Here, are you guys
I
good?
have no idea what you're
I'm
talking
good.
about.
Okay, all right.
It's Ari Aster's new movie, if that means anything to you.
Okay. I don't know who
Joaquin
that is. I'm
Phoenix.
just-
All right. So we're gonna put up a spoiler screen here, folks, and it's gonna say the name of the movie that we're discussing.
I will in a moment.
And it's not Scream 6. But what we're gonna be doing, sorry, Jax. We're going to have the screen up. As long as this is up, we're gonna be discussing Beau is Afraid. And when this goes down, you do not have to worry about spoilers from that point forward. So I always go through this whole spiel every time in the event that we have a new viewer, in case everyone's like, well, yeah, we know what you do like every week, but yeah. So this is Beau is Afraid. We have the spoiler screen up. Are we good, Sarah?
Yeah.
All right, folks. From this point forward, spoilers abound. So here's what. I just saw. I'll get to Base Base's super chat after this. So here's my experience with the movie, specifically after the movie, and this will lead us into the conversation. Not saying how exactly I felt about it, but the person that was peeing in the urinal 3 urinals away from me, we were the only 2 people in the bathroom. And you know how like there's kind of like an unwritten rule where like if you are going to talk to someone in the bathroom, you're probably not going to do it while you're peeing. You're both peeing, or like if anyone's peeing, you're probably not talking to them, unless you're like friends, like or
drunk. Yeah.
And this guy just had to get it off his chest. And we just sat through it. It's a 3-hour movie.
Yes, it is.
And we're both standing there, and I just, out of the corner of my eye, see the guy turn to me and go, "Well, at least tonight had cheap seats." and so obviously opening it up to where I'm like, "Oh yeah, what'd you think?"
I bet he hated it.
and he goes, well, and he goes, and I forget. I guess Joaquin Phoenix is either, have the Academy Awards happened? I guess he was either nominated or will be nominated, or people think he'll be nominated. I don't know. Anyways, he basically was like, I'm sure he'll get an award for this movie, but I don't know what I just watched. And then he left the bathroom. And I'll be honest. That was such a great summation of the experience I had, where I'm like, the acting is like wild, but I don't know what the fuck is going on. And it was 3 hours of that where I was like, what? So I'm, and again, I'll jump to you, Laura, because I know you also want to talk about this movie. But as far as I go, this movie's very interesting because you have a setting. You have this character. Obviously, the movie's called Beau is Afraid, and the movie setting, it feels like it's the kind of setting that it's more in someone's mind. And here's what I thought was going to happen: is they kept showing the outside world as like this really fucked up, like really localized but fucked up like area that he lived in, like there's a bunch of homeless people and everyone's stabbing each other outside, and like all this weird scary shit's happening for someone, no one's doing anything about it. So I thought, okay, everything is in his mind, and I thought where this was going to go was at some point we were going to see the same setting as it actually is, and not like so fucked up. Instead, let me make sure who came in here. So PanamaMatt, just so you know, we are discussing spoilers for the movie Beau is Afraid, just in case you have plans of seeing that. We don't want to spoil it for you. But basically, the way this movie goes is it never happens. There's never this moment of, oh, this is the real world. You never really get an answer to, is this actually how this world is in this story? Or is this just in his head? You never get the comfort of knowing that answer. And I was just like, what the fuck's going on? So, Laura, I pass it to you. What did you think of this movie?
Okay, so I am going to be in most likely the minority of average film goers and say that I love this movie. So just to address what you were just talking about, specifically with like, everything is by design confusing, very unrealistic, and very exaggerated. All of these things, at least from my interpretation, are we're seeing the world from Beau's perspective, and we never get out of it. So he is our narrator throughout the whole thing, and we have an unreliable narrator, which I love in movies. Because then you're like always questioning, like, okay, well, I can see this is happening, so it has to be happening, right? Oh wait, no, maybe not. But like, I could talk about this movie for like hours. But I love this director. He made Hereditary, he made Midsummer. This is by far his weirdest fucking movie that he's made, and my guess would be that this is the movie that he wanted to make, but had to wait until he had like a big enough name and like, the status to be able to be like, hey, I want to make this weird fucking movie about this guy who's got a weird relationship with his mom, and also it's 3 hours and makes no sense. But yeah, like, that's the point, is that it's supposed to be, you don't know what's real because he doesn't know what's real.
Right.
And that's part of like the fear of it, where it's, typically this director does like horror, and this movie I wouldn't say strictly speaking is like particularly aligned with like the horror genre, but it's like these are all the things that like for him this is horror and he's living it constantly. I mean, without I don't know how much I'm like allowed to say. But I am at least partially convinced that our main character Bo has like some sort of like paranoid schizophrenia.
Right.
He's obviously got like some severe trauma from his mom. Um and obviously a lot of like severe like sexual trauma just of like, being manipulated, and everyone who's not seen this movie is like, what the fuck
Oh,
is this talking about?
well, no, okay. Like here's this. If you're not planning on seeing this movie, that's probably why you're still listening to this, or you've already seen it, or you just really don't care about spoilers. But I feel like the biggest, like, there's a lot of moments that make you go, "What the fuck?" in
Well,
this
the biggest
movie.
one is the penis monster.
The penis monster is his. He finally gets to see his dad, and his dad is a penis monster.
Well, that's how he views him, because he doesn't know his dad.
Yeah.
The only thing he knows. Okay, so a little bit of context, I guess. This is a man who has never met his father. The only thing he knows about his father is that his mother has told him that when Bo was conceived, the moment of conception, like when his dad finished, he immediately died. So him
shit.
coming caused him to die. And she's like, oh, well, you also have that, you might have that same thing. So, like, you better not, get off, because then you're going to die.
Oh, man.
So, like, his whole fear of, like, he doesn't know what his father looks like. He doesn't know anything about him. He just knows that it was purely this, like, the sex thing has represented his father for his entire life. And this is like an adult man,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
shit.
just like, oh, like, this is my dad. He's this fucking penis monster that created me and immediately died. And then my mom's death was like a piece of shit, so.
Damn, talk about a sticky situation.
No, there's
Yeah,
other
damn right.
there's other like sex related things in here. Like he ends up, so he has like this, if you want to call it, like his long lost love, right? That he met as a kid. They were both kids.
It was like a childhood crush. They met on like vacation or whatever.
Right. Like they.
But then she somehow ended up working for because his mom owns like what's arguably like one of the biggest like multi-conglomerate companies in the world.
Yeah.
And then like I guess his like childhood crush ended up working for her at some point.
And got fired for some reason, but she's there. She shows up at this funeral, which ends up being a fake funeral, and like there's this moment, where like they basically hook up, and of course everyone in the audience the whole time is just like, dude, aren't you like convinced that you're gonna die?
Well,
and
so
then
is he.
and then it like right, like in the moment at first he seems like wow, and then you see the moment where it clicks where he's like, wait, no,
Wait, maybe no, because I don't want to die.
yeah, and he's like, I can't, and of course like that just encourages her to go harder, and then he finishes, and he's sitting there, and he's like, I didn't die, and she's like, yeah, well, I still
like
need to
crying.
finish.
He's like, oh my god, like I thought I was gonna fucking die.
Yeah, and he's so relieved. He's so relieved, and he's so happy about this as she's, orgasming or climaxing herself, and he's just like, oh my god, and you're all focused on him, and then all of a sudden he's like, I thought I was gonna die, and then it finally focuses back on the woman, and she died.
Not only did she die, but she like immediate rigor mortis.
right, like, and I just, like
what is it?
it's a horror comedy, like it's
Okay.
It's like a drama horror comedy mindfucky.
Yeah, it's not horror in the sense of like, like Michael Myers. It's more of like, it just fucks with your mind.
Okay, how does
It's very uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable movie in a lot of cases.
Okay, so how does the giant penis move? Like, does it like slither?
I think he's just chained to the wall or something.
It's pretty stationary. It's
okay.
Yeah, you see it once.
Does it talk? Like through its pee hole or something? Or like
it has like a mouth with teeth.
Yeah. I just
little stabby hands.
This whole movie, if you see it, like it's part of the experience, I guess, of going in not knowing if you're gonna get resolve or anything.
Yeah, sorry everybody still listening. Like,
I mean, the resolve is just never there. And like, yeah, like
so it's fascinating because it's like so much just like obviously a passion project for Ari Aster, and it's like the man apparently has a fantastic relationship with his parents, and I'm like, my guy, every movie you make has like serious family issues, but regardless, it's just like it's just so
yeah.
much about like the human experience and like how trauma affects you throughout your life and like I mean obviously it's very exaggerated and it's very our narrator is not someone we can trust to give us an objective point of view of what's happening,
Right.
but like it's I don't know, I love this kind of thing because like you just leave and you're thinking, right? And like I know we're sitting here talking about like the weirdest possible shit from it, but like I don't know
It's a
if
3-hour
people,
movie. There's a lot of like stuff and
yeah,
context. Like there's a
I
lot
guess
there.
if you go general from start to finish to give a little bit of context, it's there's like you can almost separate the movie into like three big chunks where like the first chunk is that he like lives in the city, he's trying to go visit his mom, he has to like catch a plane to go visit his mom, he like is seeing his therapist, his keys get stolen and he can't go visit his mom, and then he's like, I don't know what to do. We find out that basically his mom is like the queen of gaslighting and is like pissed at him that he can't come to visit her because his keys got stolen.
Oh
So
shit.
he ends up getting hit by a car trying to figure shit out. And then the second chunk of the movie is him like staying with this family who is supposedly like the father is like a doctor or something.
So
And it's
this
just
is
like there's
just
a
all
ton of weird
drama.
shit that goes on with them. And then
Mm.
it's he finds out I don't know if it's while he's there or like after he leaves, and we get to like the third chunk that like his mom apparently has died, and he has to be there for like because he's like the you know prime inheritor of everything that she left behind. She had this like multi-billion-dollar corporation, and when he
Mm.
gets to like the house, and it's like, oh, your mom who's dead actually faked her own death just to fucking gaslight you again. And it's just this whole journey, and it's absolutely nuts.
It's quite the perspective of seeing things like you said through someone who's constantly paranoid, and like you said, like there seems to be some. I agree with like the paranoid schizophrenic type of take of this movie. Like that's where I was
Yes.
like, this is what it feels like.
Because, like, there's no possible way that he's not hallucinating at least a portion of what's happening.
Right. Well, and a lot like it's even like you said, like a lot of the stuff that he's freaking out about is illogical. Like
Yes.
he's not like his whole journey. The reason he's so freaked out about why he has to get to this funeral isn't because someone's like, hey, you have to come get the money or the inheritance, or you have to like. It's because he's told. I'm trying to remember the exact phrase, but basically, like if you don't get the longer that you're not here, it's gonna like what was it like shame your mother or something or
Yeah, it was something that was like, like based on like this like one weird clause in her will, like we can't bury the body until you come here and like do it. Which is like
Shit.
just more of her gaslighting him, where it's just like even in death, like even if she were to actually have been dead, it's like you still like you're the one who's causing the problem by not being here.
yeah.
And it's like Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah, it's just it's a wild movie. Um, buckle up for it. You know, it's again it's 3 hours long. That's part of why Sarah was like, no, pass.
Yeah, I
Uh,
watched the
That's
trailer
fair.
and I'm like, I don't think this is gonna be something for me. And then it was
Yeah, I don't
also
think
three
it would
hours,
be.
and I'm like,
Yeah, no,
no.
Although, if just for the visual appeal, I would say that like the like storybook, like pop-up book section is really cool to watch.
it is. It is.
Even if you don't like watch the whole movie.
Like I'll say that I sat. If I go to a movie, it's very unlikely that I'm gonna like leave it. And this isn't a movie that necessarily I was going to like. Oh, I'm gonna leave. But after watching it, I was like, yeah, this probably isn't my type of movie. Because Sarah, I forget what I said to you. I think I was just like, wow. And you're like, oh, well, I mean, if we want to watch it again, I guess I could watch it here. And I'm like, I don't know if I need to watch it again.
Yeah, guys, I'll come over. We'll all watch it.
It took a lot out of me to.
It's exhausting. I love it.
Yeah. It's a movie you experience.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in that movie. So.
But like if you're a person who's like, yeah, I liked Hereditary, yeah, I liked Midsummer, those are really good movies. I guess I should watch this guy's third movie. You know, it's
Approach with caution.
it's very different, to say the least. And like, I mean, it's very much more of like, if you're more into like very abstract like art house shit, then you'll probably like this. But if you are not, then you probably will not like it at all. So you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I feel like Laura and I have dominated this conversation since we're the only ones that have seen it. But that's
I could do the whole podcast just talking about this movie.
I'm sure.
Probably move on.
I'm sure. But yeah, we're gonna move on from Bo is Afraid. Spoiler alert: Bo was afraid.
He was afraid of quite a few things, and man, I don't blame him.
Did he ever get over his fear?
No, the spoiler screen's down now, Matt. We can't talk about it. Base.
Are we back?
Yes, we're back. Base has sent a super chat saying, "I'm really liking this trend of the new TFH fighters being himbos."
That's the them fighting herds.
Himbos.
Himbos.
That was sent just as we were getting into the spoiler territory, and I didn't want to say
Download the himbos
until after we got out. Was there any other?
Also, I got news.
Yes.
Yeah.
News.
Well, yeah, it's so Sarah and Ray, you both have played Octodad and Bugsnax, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so that studio just yesterday they released 4 free games on Steam.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
An accident?
Yeah,
What's the studio's name?
Young Horses.
Well,
perfect for
bronies.
us.
Yeah. But yeah, they released their original version of Octodad, which was their like student game that they made. And then there's 3 other games that they did as like experiments, I guess. There's one called Snake Date.
Ooh, that sounds something up my alley. Okay.
The description is: Welcome to Charmer, the premier dating app for snakes. Looking for love? Cruise around the club and wrap your dates.
Oh yeah.
Around your dates
Where's
to
this
show
game?
affection.
Give it to me. I want to play it.
Jax this was made for you.
And then there's a game called Antbassador.
Ambassador.
It says take control of the Antbassador, a giant human finger with a top hat. As he makes his way through a bustling ant colony, you must use your prodigious digit to help the citizen.
Prodigious. Okay,
to help the citizens of Antopia without causing an international incident. So, like, you're a human disguising yourself as an ant with your finger.
So is he in Tentomon? What's going on?
and then there's independent ants, which I don't know whether I don't know whether there's 2 ant games, but the independent ant says explore the vast living room to find food for your struggling ant colony in this cute and casual collectathon, which that just looks like just a basic like platformer. Looks cute. Independent.
Oh my god.
Independent and Ambassador.
So
and Snake Date. And yeah, these are all free. They came out yesterday.
Nice.
We'll have to check those out.
I just wonder if they're like, hey, we have a bunch of these games that we just made.
Yeah.
Bugsnax is such a interesting game.
Yeah.
I still need to play the DLC for that.
Did we do that? Oh yeah, that's the
The Big Island.
Yeah. You gotta do it. I found Bugsnax so charming and yet so horrifying.
Yeah, oh yeah, it gets horrifying.
Yeah, it was. I didn't see it coming. Yeah. By the way, are there any other movies or games that anyone's got anything to talk about before we move into Q&A?
Oh, I saw the Mario movie.
You
Yeah,
did.
here,
I talked about it last week though, or last time though.
What would you give it out of 10?
A 4. That was really, really, really bad, honestly.
It
Extremely
was a
mid.
very like safe movie. Like they played their cards very safe,
Mhm.
and it was like fine.
So you're,
But,
you're
like-
hmm.
But I love Jack Black.
So you're saying
yeah.
so Hero's saying this is one of the better Illuminations movies. The 4 out of 10.
Man, I watched some people's reviews on YouTube, and in the nicest way possible, I was like, I don't think anyone is being mean enough to this movie. Like, I think everyone is being way too nice.
Well, yeah,
Because
because it's pretty and everybody's wholesome.
It's
Yeah.
smiling.
It's
it makes me
Mario.
happy.
like, I don't want to. I hate being like the negative Nancy, but like, part of me is like, a lot of the time we talk about like animation that's for like general audiences or whatever. You're like, just because it's for general audiences and it can be consumed like by children or whatever, doesn't
It's for
excuse like doesn't excuse a bad or like poorly written story.
Yeah.
But when
No,
it's the Mario movie, everyone's just like, that's all it was trying to be. I'm like, no, what? No, that's exactly
it
the
was
opposite of what we.
I feel like it's just like there's again, like my perspective as a reminder
When
is
I
that,
watched it, I was enjoying myself.
right, like Sarah said, I asked her, what did you think of the movie at the end, and she said
It's
it
cute.
was cute.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, fair enough. Like that's a good description of it. But like as far as like Hero saying, like I did see a lot of praise for this movie. And I do wonder, just like I kind of look at it as if this wasn't the Super Mario Brothers, like if these were other characters, type of like I don't know. I feel like Nintendo and Super Mario might be getting a big pass. Like, not saying it's not an enjoyable movie from where I sat, but that like people are taking it from like, oh, if you otherwise would have just enjoyed this movie, now it's like, but it's that much better. It's so. I mean, I see where Hero's coming from.
I can't get past that. And like, I love Mario, I do, but I'm also there to watch a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's always
Yeah,
annoying when you like try to have that conversation.
Yeah, I do wonder how much of it is Illumination and how much of it is Nintendo. Because Nintendo, specifically for Mario, they always go really light on story. So I do wonder how much of that is Nintendo is like, we don't want anything too crazy. So, yeah.
We just want something to make the kids happy or whatever. And it's just like,
But like I still enjoyed the movie, like from being a Mario fan. But like I don't know. I hope with whatever they do with a sequel or spinoff, because they're probably gonna make it like a Donkey Kong movie.
they're making a Knuckles movie on the other side.
Well,
of the
they're making a
ocean.
Knuckles series.
Yeah, that was.
But
like
that's a series, like a TV show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh damn. Oh shit. Well, good on you, Nux.
Nux.
Nux. Good on you, Nux.
Oh yeah, it's also weird that
Your mother
they're
knucker.
they're also doing very strangely they're doing a premiere of the Japanese release or the Japanese version of the Mario movie in the US in specific cities. Yeah. And also that also does make me wonder if like the Japanese cut is slightly different, specifically for the music, because like I think a lot of those insert songs were made for like international audiences.
Most definitely.
Especially with like the soundtrack having like all songs that weren't in the movie.
I did like Jack Black singing though, that part. Because at that point I was like, I'm not watching Mario, that's just
Jack Black stole the movie.
Yeah.
Like Jack Black was this movie.
Jack Black the movie, plus also Mario was there for a little while.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're adorable.
Also,
yeah.
Oh, I mean, this said like the tiniest spoiler ever. Never mind, I won't say it. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Do it. Okay.
Well, if nobody has any other things to discuss, we can move on to Q&A.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
No, I I have a question for y'all. Then.
Oh.
What
It's
is
on Twitter one? No, just because it's from Twitter earlier today that I was like, I'd like to hear people's perspectives on this. So it was the question was, what's some of your pet peeves in character designs, like stuff like traits and tropes and or whatever, like something like that. Like what are like when animation, like what is like a thing that you don't like? So like for me earlier, Paleo knows what I'm gonna go in on. I fucking cannot stand when they have characters with like snot dripping out their nose. Like they just like have that shit where it's just like that girl from Animal Crossing. It's just like,
She's
girl,
so
what
cute
your
except
fucking
for the
nose?
snot.
Yeah, it's just like that. Or like the snot.
I hate it.
I fucking hate it, Laura. It's so disgusting because it's just like wipe your fucking nose, or like when
Thank
they do
you.
that thing in anime where they have like the snot bubble and
Yup,
I'm just like,
Oh my
stop
god, it
that
makes me want
shit.
to fucking throw up.
Yeah,
Just,
Hero, I
ugh.
mentioned the Wind Waker kid.
Yeah, no,
Like,
the
yeah,
I was
I
about
hate
to
that
mention
kid.
him. The Wind Waker kid is worse than whatever her Dolly May, Derry May, whatever her name is from
Oh
Animal
yeah,
Dolly
that
May,
Crossing.
kid
I
is
think, right?
disgusting.
Yeah, because like it's just dangling there, and like when he runs.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, it's just like,
It
ugh.
dangles while he runs. Ugh, got him.
Yeah.
It doesn't it make a sound effect like what is it something?
Yeah.
Like
Doesn't he
And then
like
what's that
he occasionally like sniffs it, I think, and then it just droops right
Yeah,
back
he
down.
does.
it's even worse when they sniff it and it
so much
doesn't work.
worse.
Yeah, I hate that noise too. Like it's fucking gross. Or like the fucking there's that Pokemon now that has it going on.
Oh
'cause
my
people will
god,
show up and they're like, I hate that
the
shit.
Cubchoo. I hate it
Cubchoo.
Why does it have to have chew in its name?
because it's so cute, but then like I can't look at it because it has the giant fucking snot.
Wait, why is this a thing? Why is this even a character design?
I don't
I
know.
I don't know. Apparently, it's like a snot nose character or some shit like that. It's just like, oh,
you ever see kids in real life where they just have snot like?
yeah, I
hanging out
fucking
their
wipe that shit
nose?
off. I will literally. No, I remember when my nephew used to do that shit when I was like 14, and he was like, yeah, I would like grab a fucking towel and no, fucking wipe that shit off your. I don't care. Like, I would just, every time it started like the single little drop, I would be nope.
Is there a character design thing that I hate that much? I wonder. Like any particular thing.
That's
Anime
like
out
guy,
of one.
Jax just had the correct answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anime guy sends a super chat saying currently wearing a shirt with Cubchoo on it.
Is it just Cubchoo?
Yes.
Or does
Does
it have
he-
a bear tick? Bear tick on it as well, because that's what it evolves into.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ew. Okay.
I know, right?
I feel like I don't have a strong reaction to much. Yeah. Like nothing's like coming to mind. Like I can list off some of like my favorite things in character design, but like
Yeah.
Okay, well, sure, do that. A positive.
I enjoy characters that like have their bangs over their eyes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
love
yeah.
that. Where it's like one bang covers the eye,
Yeah.
and they're just like it's like cute. They're shot. I love that.
I
That is
saw
such cute design.
a large pet peeve that was coming up in that thread that Jax was talking about
Oh,
was
yeah?
actually people talking about when the characters have hair over their eyes, but
Uh-huh.
their eye
the
is still
it's
drawn.
transparent like a
Yeah.
star in
Oh.
Star versus
Is that,
people.
is that annoying? Huh, okay.
I don't know. Some people
That's
get
what
annoyed by
I'm
it.
just saying. Like for me, it doesn't
Mhm.
bother me, but I saw people
Yeah.
complaining about that.
I don't know.
I don't think
I
it
love that.
counts, and it doesn't pop up often, but I'm just going to use this question to talk about it. Jackson,
Yes.
Haley, you know how I'm watching Kobayashi right now?
Yeah. Yes.
That girl that hangs out with Kana or whatever, the like elementary school girl who makes like O faces
the forehead?
or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't. Please stop making that face. I don't like that at all.
Right? No,
Like, she
that's
has to
valid.
be like 8 years old. Like I hate this.
Mm.
Right. No, that's a very valid thing right there because it's just like when you watch those shows, like there's a bunch of stuff like that where it's like, this is just uncomfortable because that's a literal toddler. I don't want to see that fucking shit. It's just like,
Not a toddler, but a child.
Oh well, a
yes.
child. Yeah,
What's the
Is it
difference?
kindergarten or second grade? Whatever. They're
I
like
don't
they're
know that. They're like 8 or less.
yeah.
I don't
Okay,
know.
second
Except,
grade.
except
crap.
Kana's like 1,000 or something. I don't fucking.
Oh yeah, that's just a whole nother.
That's a whole other can of
yeah.
worms, yeah.
Oh, Hero. There was a funny one I saw today on Twitter that was like basically we can appreciate because it was like when someone was talking about like, well, you know, I think the person was white saying it, so it made it like funnier. But like the person was like, you know, whenever like a pet peeve I have is just like them not drawing them drawing like black people with a blush like this. All right, so you should draw black people like this, you know, make them feel appreciated, all right, and stuff like that. And then someone who is black like quote tweeted like, I'm black and I appreciate it, but we literally don't blush like that. Like the melanin on our skin does not show us blushing like that. So it's just like, it's all like we appreciate the you know, in the anime when they're like, oh yeah. So like,
Yeah, now I know my pet peeve. Now that you brought that up, black people in anime drawn with lips the size of North Carolina. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
I hate that
So
shit.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's already.
Yeah.
It is insufferable.
You know another one, and it's so weird to me, but because it's like accurate, but it's not. Like it's off to me. It's in anime when you see a black person, or like in cartoons, they have their hands drawn with the white part underneath. It's like because like it makes me look at my hand, and I'm like, it's accurate, but for some reason it feels off.
It feels wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels off every time I see it.
It definitely seems off because it's like a hard line. Whereas,
Right.
like, it's not like that in real life.
No, it's not. I'm like looking at there's like a gradient on my hand right now when I do this. Yeah, I just posted a video like the Discord, but like it's just like that's the whole thing of just like I see what you're going for, but to me it's just like it always just for some reason like it's accurate, but it just feels off.
But when you were talking about lips, that reminds me like with certain women characters that have like fish lips almost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's like
those
that's
big
like
ass
kind of
ones.
yeah.
That makes me think of in Roger Rabbit. Oh man!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a question on Twitter from Waddles.
Did we?
Thoughts on the song "Peaches" is now eligible for Best Original Song at the Oscars.
Let it
Certainly is.
let it
It
cook.
will not be
Eligible.
nominated.
Was it that good?
I
Well,
mean,
no,
like-
it's eligible.
It's eligible.
It's
but it's not
eligible.
nominated.
Yeah. I
imagine
mean,
that shit
if Man or Muppet was nominated, I feel like
that song is a fucking banger.
yeah, it is. But you know, as much as people are talking about Peaches the song, I'm like, it makes sense that it would be eligible because it's just hot right now or whatever, you know. But at the same time, I'm just like, it's a very basic song.
yeah. Say a bunch of words over.
They legit was just like Jack Black say some stuff. We're not even gonna like moderate you.
Yeah, they just put him in a chair next to a piano, and they were just like, just do something.
Did you see the whole thing behind that though? Of like if you like look up like his tempo for playing, like what he was doing.
Oh, the Rickroll?
No.
Yeah, the Rickroll shit. It was just like that.
It's the same keys and everything. For
Right.
The Rickroll song.
It's fun.
I hope Jack Black never messes up because he's like the best celebrity
know.
that we have.
I know he's such a successful YouTuber. Like I can't believe he's able to do all these movies.
Yeah.
It's so impressive.
Like genuinely, actually beloved by I'm pretty sure like everyone.
Right.
How is that
Oh, yeah.
possible?
That reminds me, the Kung Fu Panda 4 news came out.
Oh.
Yeah, it has
Oh,
all the.
yeah.
That movie does not need a 4.
Yeah, it doesn't. But
It could make up for 3.
It could make up for 3, which you know what, I'm here for that actually.
Yeah. Okay. Because
Three
like
was kind of
mid.
down.
it was
Yeah.
mid.
The pacing was just really, really off. I was like, "Whoa, this pacing's crazy, man."
Right. So yeah, if they want to pull some freaking Puss in Boots out of nowhere with this too, like Puss in Boots
Let's just
2
make another Kung Fu Panda 2 level, and it's like, yo,
Yeah,
okay,
use an animation style for it, and I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
Kung Fu Panda, but Spider-Verse this time. I'm like,
Yeah. Everything is Spider-Verse. Zootopia 2 will be Spider-Verse. That'll be Disney's first one. They go like, yeah, we're just gonna do. That'd be some shit. That'd be
I
crazy.
have seen images of Judy Hopps in a Spider-Man costume, if you will.
Oh, nice.
And
How
yeah,
much of the costume was on?
excuse me, the whole thing. Actually,
Very tightly.
I think I have one of the ones Jen Blake drew.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So I was like, Like that's cool.
Yeah. All right, we got a question from Kevin on Twitter. Aside from the G4 MLP finale, were there any other finales from other shows recently that ended? Sorry, let me restart that. Aside from the G4 MLP finale, were there any other finales from other shows recently ended or otherwise that led any of you to shedding tears?
Parks and Recreation.
Really?
Yeah.
Parks and Rec ending was rough. Yeah.
But wasn't it happy though?
Yeah, no, I love the fuck out of that show. When it was over, I was just bummed out because I'm like, well, that's it.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was told to watch like Parks and Rec and The Office, and I was like, to me, like I know The Office is beloved, and if you love it, more power to you. I like The Office, but like it's nowhere even close to how much I enjoy Parks and Rec.
Thank
like,
you. Oh my god, I feel like
tears.
no one agrees with me on that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I agree. So we have a trio of people who agree
Hell
with
yeah.
that. I wanted a crossover, but I, like, wasn't there like a crossover hinted that they were gonna do, but then something affected?
It sounds vaguely familiar.
I remember hearing about that, but like, yeah, I think the last ending that made me tear up. Oh God, because like
fucking The Good Place. The Good Place.
The Good Place. Yes, The Good Place. That show, The fucking Good Place. That show made me go peaceful. It made me feel at peace with death when I was like that whole thing of like when they were like the way they explained like how The Good Place works the last season. I was like, that is a fucking genius way. Oh my God, that is fucking beautiful. So yeah, it was just like I love that. The Good Place is phenomenal, but
I love that
my
show.
God.
So good.
The last thing that made I know Gravity Falls made me cry because I can't deal with parents or a kid saying goodbye to each other. Like that shit, that trope destroys me.
Jesus Christ, I was not ready for how much Amphibia fucked me up.
Oh yeah!
Oh
Amphibia was good.
I was like, I'll be right back, bro. It's like, oh my god.
Amphibia was a good one. Amphibia was a good one. I don't think I cried as much. I think I just because they like because I remember. I think what happened with Amphibia, the reason it didn't get me the first time, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a certain thing that I was like, oh, this is going to work out this way. And so like I was waiting for like a stinger, and then that stinger didn't come. I was like, oh, okay. So like when I rewatched it, it got me, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, because I think that's a big thing with so many series these days is like you want there to be like, oh, this is a finale, there's finality here, like this is done, it's over, but like there's always like this sort of hint in shows where it's like, oh no, by the way, this can happen, which makes this completely in void, and it's just like, well, that's why, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't necessarily the finale, but I'd say the same thing for the Owl House. And
I need to watch that.
Talk about it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, me and Katie are gonna watch that next week.
Ooh.
The Owl House does some like in the past, so no spoilers on what happens. But like, what I appreciate about it is in previous episodes, like things happen and they stay happened.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It doesn't like reset at the end.
Exactly. So it actually it gives some stakes. So when things happen, it's even more impactful.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so enjoy that if you haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
There hasn't been any like any media in general that has emotionally hit me as hard as what the Pony finale did.
Just because that was like the hardest one, probably.
Yeah, because it just meant so much to me. So
you guys cried. I saw.
Yeah. You're damn right. I cried like a bit. No, the last thing I cried like super hard at was what Paleo just finished, like God of War Ragnarok. Just the way that ended, like that fucking. I was ugly crying. That's all I'll say. Like, I was ugly crying, bro. Like it hit those tropes are just fuck. I can't do this.
I cried at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 when I realized that there were still more side games that I needed to play.
Ain't it the truth? Like I'm not done yet.
The rhythm game.
Yeah, I'm watching the Amphibia ending again right now. Yeah, this stuff messed me up.
No, it's fucking great. Like, yeah, Amphibia. I have to give Katie props for that. That was a pretty dang good show.
She made it, yeah.
Yeah, she did. She did make it. She knows the people who make it. I don't know
Oh my
that.
god,
I'm
there's
just-
actually comments on this video. Ah, comments on a cartoon video.
Comments on a cartoon video? What is it? 2017? Oh, God.
I mean, it happens sometimes, but it's so rare now. Like,
Right.
it's just slipped past the Kappa. Slipped past the cops.
Damn Kappa.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever cried for a show finale. But,
It's rare for Sarah to cry
yeah,
with media.
but with video games wise, Red Dead Redemption 2, the ending of it made
Oh,
me
yeah.
cry. I was
That
like,
one hit
shit.
Oh, boy.
Right.
Wait, the ending of it or the kind of ending of it?
Before the epilogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was rough in the good ways.
Yeah.
Um,
Jax doesn't like being made to cry, but like,
No, No,
does
okay.
it a lot.
hurt me.
Here's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing about that, because I notice this. I do cry like often, but like I like have my days where I'm just like I just need to get something out. But it's like I don't like watching something that's just like, oh, this is depressing, this is morbid, life is fucked up and shit like that, because it's like I'm already sad. But like if you guide me through it, like, okay, for like a perfect example of this, fucking Naruto, right? It's like, oh, this is a badass action show, oh my god, this is so hype. And then it's just like, oh, that's what happened to your mom, oh, that's what happened to your dad and shit. Like, it's just like, oh fuck, man. So like if you can like guide me and then I'm like stuck in like your spider web and then you hit me with emotions and it's like, fuck you, bitch. Okay, but I can appreciate crying to it. But if it's just like I'm depressing to be depressing, it's just like I'm already sad enough. I don't need to be even sadder.
You gotta build up Asuma, make him a super cool dude, and then hit you with the Shikamaru scene.
Exactly. Exactly. I was talking about this. Like, I think like a big thing with me is like certain death scenes do not affect me if like I know for a fact like the killer is alive or like the killer is still there. Cause like all my like sadness goes to nah, fuck this motherfucker. No, kill the fucker. Kill him. I don't care if it's kill him right now.
We
like,
can't kill him because we know better than he is. It's like,
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
need
oh,
anime characters to stop.
I can live with that. I can live with that.
Oh, that reminds me of like as far as like deaths either like not affecting you or there's also a certain trope of like having a character leave and there is no way they can come back.
Yes.
Because I was literally watching like a thing about like saddest moments from Zelda, and one of them was bringing up Twilight Princess. I was like, oh yeah, she can never come back.
Right. Like,
the finality of it is very interesting.
yeah, the finality of it, because I think like if I had to like mark what makes me cry, is like things that will always make me cry in media is like parental figures and kids giving like loving goodbyes to each other. That fucks me up every time. Or lost family reuniting with kin, like
Anything with family.
yeah,
honestly.
any shit like that. I am fucking bawling. Or like another one is when there's like a stoic character or a very kind character and they never cry, like they barely ever cry, and then they finally tear up. That gets me. That fucking like, oh shit. That gets me.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Right.
When dude meets his wife and he's like, oh my god, it fucked me up.
Yeah, no, it got me too. No, that got me. Or like again, like another one is as you can see on Bronies React, when people finally succeed at something they've been wanting to like get for a long time. That fucking gets me. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. Like, fuck yeah. It's like, oh god, it gets me.
But then it's like a bunch of shields on their butts, and you're like, what the?
And it's just like, fuck off. Yeah, but then it's like,
like, weren't you about to be like a chemist? What the fuck happened?
Right.
The toys here, the toys.
Toys. We have to sell the toys.
Yeah.
I was so in on Apple Bloom being a chemist. Like that was just, it was it.
I know, right?
Right.
We got a question from Ozial on Twitter. With the success of the Mario movie, Nintendo is in talks about making more movies based on their IP. So which franchise would you like to see on the big screen?
Yo, Detective Pikachu 2, baby.
Yeah, I would take it. Detective Pikachu is my favorite video game movie.
Yeah, it's
almost
one of the best ones. Honestly.
Yeah. I'm thinking separate from Mario, it would be Star Fox. But
Ooh, that'd be fun.
if it's within Mario universe, I really want a Luigi's Mansion movie, man.
All right.
Whoa.
Oh my god, I'd love that.
So does it have to be animated?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Because I really, because I think, because I'm very curious, because I feel like Zelda can go either way, though. Like, you could do that in live action
Yeah,
or something.
it's
or,
weird because it was confirmed about that Netflix thing about oh yeah, they were going to have a Netflix series for Zelda, but they canceled it because the information about it leaked. So they're like, no, let's not do it.
We can't spoil
So
that.
stupid.
It's so stupid. Yeah. No, have you heard about that though? Like where sometimes writers on social media will see someone guess a plot point and then they'll retroactively change that plot point in the show. And I'm just like, that's so dumb. All right, just let it play out how it is. Like, what the fuck?
You clearly planned it that way, so.
Yeah, oh my god.
If it's what makes sense narratively, it just people are gonna, some people are just gonna be like, yeah, I think this is where that's gonna go.
Right.
A Star Fox movie would actually be I've never even considered it, but that would be an interesting movie. How about that?
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah, that's the most interesting part of it.
Yeah. That's when the audience just erupts.
I do see a lot of people saying oh, a Metroid movie would be great, either live action or animated or something, but it's that's just Alien.
Who would you
It's a good movie.
Who would you cast
that's what Metroid was pretty much inspired by, was Alien.
Right, yeah.
But who would I cast as Samus? Who's the tall lady from Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, I knew you were gonna say
Yeah. Yes, I love her.
Oh gosh, she was in Wednesday. Fuck, I can't. Her name is on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, she would be perfect for Samus.
Gwendolyn Christie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gwendolyn. Okay, yeah, there you go. Boom.
I love her. She's amazing.
Okay, yeah. So, and then she could be wearing would you want it here's the thing, would you want it sort of Mandalorian-esque where they never take off her mask unless it's a very important scene? Because I know Samus takes off her mask, Zero Suit Samus and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but would you want the first one to be just completely covered and then the end she finally takes it off?
I don't know.
I don't know if she should take it off at the end at all, even. I know that's the thing from the game, but
we know she's
we
a
know
girl.
now, yeah.
It's known.
It's not a secret anymore. The reveal isn't as powerful.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't want Master Chief shit to happen again. With the Halo series, but
yeah, the very interesting thing about Zelda though is Link has never really talked other than
he has. Excuse you, princess. Okay.
It has to be that or nothing.
But the thing is, if you've played Age of Calamity, all of the other characters that talk around him, it was they're super interesting. So it's oh, Link doesn't even think to talk. It'd be other characters.
The Zelda talk.
Why did you link the child with his jiffy ass nose? Ugh.
Didn't link it. What? Who?
What Paleo linked that child with his jiffy
nasty ass
from Wind Waker?
Yeah.
All right, we got a question from Nora Mermaid on Twitter. My question is for the best person ever, Laura. Hey girl, hey, love you lots. How excited are you for the upcoming Wicked movie?
Oh my god, dude! I've been waiting for this fucking movie since I was in middle school. Are you
Right?
I'm flying.
There's a Wicked movie?
I feel like I've been hearing it being in development for a decade
Yes,
or something.
absolutely yes.
I thought that was coming out 5 or 6 years ago too. Shit.
Yes, so did we all. Yep.
When does it actually come out?
I'm not actually sure because
2024 apparently. November 27th, 2024.
If I drive down Virginia, can we watch it?
Yeah, let's go.
Excellent.
Literally, when it comes out, let's go.
Yeah,
Done.
absolutely. Hell yeah.
I don't care if Saber wants to go or not. You and me here. We're gonna stay. He doesn't have to come with us.
Defy gravity without him. Damn.
Hell yeah, dog.
All right, Sarah, is that it? Wait. Let's end with a very quickie. Okay. Two quickies actually. I saw both these questions. I'm I want to ask both. Elwin asked favorite type of soup.
Oof. Jeez.
I think on any given day. Did you just say tomato?
Oh no. I think tomato soup is good, but I need a grilled cheese. Or I need some bread to
Grilled
dip in
cheese
it.
and tomato is It's unstoppable.
It's pizza, but it's not. It's like
Elwin said, "Mine's a good pumpkin or homemade gluten-free chicken noodle. I really like creamy chicken noodle soup."
Dude, there's something about chicken noodle that just like whew.
chicken
Warms
noodles.
the
S
soul.
tier.
It's so good. I can't.
It's S tier.
I
It's
probably
so
would say
good.
chicken soup.
It's just so
Chicken.
I'm
noodles.
also a big split pea soup fan.
really
Yeah, like
Oh, nice.
surprises me.
yeah, like there's a Anderson's pea soup restaurant out here. Pea soup. And that
Love that place.
oh, I love it. It's a road trip type of place. It's like kind of in between if you're driving north for us. And yeah, I really like.
Buddies, farts after pea soup are
Oh no.
the worst. They are.
I was hoping that we could all be adults about this and not.
Well, you and I talked about our Chipotle disaster. I feel like this isn't that far off.
All right, well, since we're talking about mine, let's talk about when Sarah's Chipotle. But
Does anyone like butternut squash soup?
Oh my god,
Ooh.
that's actually my other favorite.
It's very tasty.
I need to try it.
A friend of mine gave me a recipe for like a curry style butternut squash
Aw.
soup, and it's like my favorite thing to eat
Mhm.
all of autumn. Like I'll
It-
make it and just like eat it for days and days in a row.
It's rough because like you go to Panera and I'm like, oh, I want to get it from Panera, but theirs is so sweet. I'm like, this is like candy.
Yeah, no thanks.
I can't. It needs to not be that sweet. Like, at least do not dump half of a bag of sugar.
Common
this
too
soup.
is that like it's way too
Yeah.
sweet, and like I think
Just make
people-
it yourself.
yeah, I like the one that I make because it's like it's got that spice to it, so it's like
Mhm.
not overwhelmingly like sugary because it's like yeah, you already have like the natural sugars in it, so it's gonna be
Okay,
sweet. You don't
yeah.
need to add more.
Right. So great.
yeah, Nora, by the way, said, "Can I come, Laura?" So, yeah,
Oh yeah, party.
party super chat.
Oh, yeah.
And then the last question here that we have from Oziel wants to know which is better or worse in terms of Mexican fast food, Taco Bell or Chipotle.
Taco Bell, you go out when you're depressed at like 3 a.m. and you just need something. Okay.
He's got it.
Or if you're, like,
He's
super
entirely
hot,
correct.
yeah.
Right. I mean, I still like fuck up a cheesy gordita crunch any time of day, but like it's just.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, like
That's not what I seek out when I look
Qua-
for Mexican.
quality wise, like don't get me wrong, even with the shits, Chipotle's still the higher quality food here.
Right.
Chipotle, give me
One-
the shit.
One
It
one
did-
chain I feel is underrated is Qdoba.
Mhm.
You
that
No,
how you
nobody
pronounce
talks
it?
about Qdoba.
Well,
Qdoba?
there's a lot of underrated
Oh,
ones.
I've been calling it Cadoba.
I've always heard it as Qdoba.
What about Baja
Oh.
Fresh? Have you ever
What about
been
a
there?
Q says K?
I don't think I've been to a Baja Fresh.
What?
Yeah, they have really good nachos. Baja Fresh has really good nachos.
Baja-
Like steak nachos.
Fresh has good nachos. Okay.
Have
What
you
kind
had
of
'em?
cheese? What kind of cheese do they use? Shredded
I'm not
or
sure. Because they use queso as well. Because it's a blended cheese and queso. So I was like, that's why I like it so much.
Sarah,
Mhm.
I know what we're doing for dinner tonight. We're having nachos.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't have my vegan nacho cheese.
I probably not.
I'm not sure.
But Sarah, why don't we go through a big thank you to all of our super chatters?
Yes, thank you to Nora Mermaid, Anime Guy 01, Base Omega 217, and Zark 7 for your super chats.
Yep. Well, folks, like we said, we will be back.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Christina says, "Wicked movie meetup, let's go."
And thank you,
Yes.
Christina, for the super chat.
Yep.
Let's just rent out the whole theater. It'll be great.
It's getting to that point.
All right, so today is episode 199 of the Semi Perfect Podcast.
199.
The next podcast is, it was supposed to be May 10th, but we're going to be away on a cruise during that week.
Yeah.
So join us for episode 201.
Just 200.
That's not how it works, man.
You don't skip the numbers. We're thinking that the next podcast, number 200, might be on the 17th. We're not entirely sure, so we'll get back to you guys.
Yeah. We're gonna be figuring out a couple of things because we also I think things are gonna ramp up on the busy side.
Yeah.
Around that time too. So, like Sarah said, we might just push it to the 17th, which will be 17th is probably our best option. I'm thinking because again, the following week everyone's dealing with MomoCon travels.
Yeah.
So it probably just makes
'cause that-
sense.
On 24th, like pretty much the majority of people are going to be going
Yeah.
to MomoCon.
Yeah.
So
it's very
let's just-
likely
let's-
going to be the. Or you want to just solidify?
I'm gonna say right now we'll plan on that. If anything changes, it'll be on the Summer Perfect podcast. So we should be back in 3 weeks. And yeah, so that will be episode 200. Who knows? Maybe we'll do like a game night or something.
Yeah, like a Jackbox party. Maybe some Gartic phone.
Ooh, maybe some pin the tail on me. On my pony. Yeah. So, yeah, folks, that's a wrap here on the Semi Perfect Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you had fun. Shout out to our live audience. Shout out to those who listen on delay. Shout out to all the podcasters joining us here tonight. And shout out to Bo for being afraid. So, yeah. With that, we'll see you for the next episode of the Semi Perfect Podcast. This was 199. Episode 200 will be the next one. You all have a great time, and we'll see you then. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Them ponies.
Later.